can't hear me? Fix the goddamn mic. Fix the goddamn mic. Let's go.
Woo! You know, you can tell that man don't have nobody in his house. That man is by he is by himself.
What is going on, everybody?
Oh.
Welcome to another episode of the Next Podcast. That is right, guys. We are here on a new day, Thursday. Shout out to everybody who was checking out the Twitter promos, who knew what the deal was. All you guys in the chat early, thank you guys so much. There was a couple microphone difficulties, things I've gone through before, so we are back up. Everything is good. I can hear a fraud. Yeah. Guys, It has been a hell of a week so far. We're not even through the week, and it has been a hell of a week when it comes to gaming news. I have a first-time guest on the show today. Really excited about that as well. Staying up late at night to come hang out with the crew and talk about the gaming topics, which is really awesome. You guys know, if you watch Next Podcast, we save the best for last when it comes to special guests, so I will let you know who that is. But first, we got to get into the intros, and I have to introduce this man first. He came in hyped up, ready to go. He is the Next Podcast hype man tonight. My brother Predator, what is going on?
Welcome to Thursdays, motherfuckers. It ain't Saturday. I'm gonna fuck with you tonight.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it.
Guys,
Carson White's a fraud. Fuck you.
Predator is in rare form right now, so this is absolutely amazing. Yes, he is using Craig. So whenever you see Craig up there in the circle in the top left-hand corner, that is Predator talking, just to let you know. Pred, he's incredibly hyped. I gotta get through the intros. I gotta ride this energy, then. I really do. So next on the list, of course, my West Coast brother. He is back on the show. I don't know. Like, he was supposed to go and save the world, so I'm not sure if he actually did that. But Dark Optimus, what is up, brother?
Dude, I broke some bones, and I didn't get the job done. I couldn't do it.
You're the reason why Russia has a vaccine, then, is what you're trying to say.
I'm the reason why we haven't, there's a myth. Let's just say this. Don't worry about it. Okay?
Don't worry about it. That brings me back to my the Don days on the show. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna say we'll get a chance to see how the sausage is made, or are you just stopping there?
I don't know about sausage, but you'll be able to see something being made.
On that note, I am gonna move on, guys. I am gonna move on. Yo, I'm moving on to that hardcore Gears head, but I think we as a community finally realize this guy, he plays more than just Gears. Crispy, what is up, brother?
Oh man, dude, I am so hyped up for Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remastered. My God, I've seen so many people that are PlayStation gamers that are absolutely enjoying that and saying it looks, they've already got the beta or whatever you want to call it, and they're already saying it feels right. And that is the whole point when it comes to Tony Hawk. I can't wait to play that game. And we are in August, and it's coming out in September. So let's go, baby.
Well, I pre-ordered, so I'm going to get the warehouse in a couple days, man. And when that happens, it's about to go down. I will stream the warehouse for a while. I gotta, shake the rust off when it comes to Tony Hawk, kind of like skateboarding, man. But I can't wait. I'm right in that boat with you, Crispy. Right there with you, brother. On that note, let's move on down the list here. And my brother, who has been here from the beginning, he is coming live from the 405, and you know the name I'm about to say. K Mega, what is up, brother?
Yo, Fred, bro.
Let's go. I can tell, like I said, Fred ain't nobody over there, so he's over there probably butt-ass naked, just jumping around. Probably got his military weapon,
walking around,
jumping
dick
around,
swinging.
I didn't go. I said his weapon, not his, not his meat rocket. I ain't said that. I said
This is
gun.
my rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah, you're walking around. He's on his
The
full
hot
metal
dog's
jacket.
on the fire, baby.
He's on his full metal jacket status tonight. But anyway, man, glad to be here, man. It's going back to the old, to the old original place where I did when I was doing the multiple podcasts. You know, started on Thursday nights. Now, you know, do a GRG on Friday, and then potentially Saturday will be whatever it will be, and then But you know what?
Dude, you already promised Devin the Gamer on Saturdays, man. What the hell?
Well, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, how that plays out is how that play out. You know, because we don't do it all the time. We don't do it on a regular basis. You see what I'm saying? So, but you know, what I'm saying Saturdays will be the day for that. But regardless, but this also gives back to some daytime. So you know what I'm saying. So this can be Saturday night, you know, whoopee time for me as well, because I can sit there and get down to you know, having some you know what I'm saying, some daytime with the old lady.
You
So
get down dirty, bro.
Time.
yeah.
Whoopee time.
Whoopee time.
Whoopee.
So it's all good, man. So glad to be here.
When him and the missus get together, they quote Whoopi Goldberg from past movies and stuff. That's whoopee time right there.
Yeah.
Especially Whoopi from
Oh my God. Anyway, so glad to be here, man. As usual, man. Let's get this. You know what I'm saying? Next podcast is popping. Let's get it.
Nice, yo. And I see Snap Itzmel is in the chat. Yo, Predator Chris Hughes wants to know what type of medication you're on because he wants some. Christopher Hart, who did call you a fraud, also wants to know what the hell you're smoking right now. I think he wants some as well. But, all right, let's get to the special guest now. Guys, I am really excited. For the first time on this show, he is a retro renegade. He is an up-and-coming YouTuber. And, guys, I apologize, but I am going to say his name in the America style. Flamish, what is going on, bro?
Hey, what is going up, Xbox and panel? First of all, I want to say, if Craig had the voice of Brad, everybody would be more excited.
Wow.
But no,
We're coming.
I'm so excited to be here. I want to be here for a long time, and I saw like an available slot because of something else came up. And yeah, I was like, let's go at the last second, and you said, yeah, it's okay. So yeah.
That's one of the things I absolutely love about you. Not just the fact that you'll actually jump into a party and play a game with me, which for some rhyme or reason, a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, I don't want to bother you or anything like that. You come right in, you're like, yeah, no, let's play golf and stuff. But your tenacity as well when it comes to, hey, you know, when you got a shot, you know, there's an open space, I'd like to be on the show. That's exactly what you do. It's what I did to Mooch for Crossfire, and I respect that, man. You are hungry. You want to be out there. You can tell that you have that gamer's mentality. You want to talk about games. You want to talk about the news, and I appreciate that. And I welcome you along with the other panel members. I know they welcome you as well. Your first time on next podcast, and dude, I gotta say it's a doozy when it comes to the topics, brother. It's gonna get crazy, man.
Yeah.
On that note,
Do this shit.
All right.
Okay, let's get into the topics. Let's go.
There you go.
There you go. Yo, Pat is hyping Flamish up too, man. It's about to go down. But yo, guys, let's get into it. I'm looking at this. Is this the gameplay I picked? No, this is weird. I'm gonna have to check that out. But guys, we gotta get into the topics, and let's start with the elephant in the room. Let's start with the thing that so many people are talking about on social media. I was gonna save this for like the middle of the show, but Predator in the DM, he's like, man, we might as well just start with this. So For people who have been living under a rock, Halo Infinite has been delayed until 2021, and I'm pulling up what they came out. They're kind of like what they came out their statement per se when it comes to this game. And there's a couple things I'm gonna read here, and then I'm gonna go in on the panel's thoughts about this. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm basically middle paragraph. The decision to shift our release is the result, and this is from 343, by the way, is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. And then they go on, they really wanted to be able to play the game, with the community on its release date, but it is being delayed until 2021. They didn't give anything more specific than that. And I'm gonna give Flamish a little time to settle in here, and I'm actually gonna go with K Mega first on this one. K Mega, out of the blue, 343 comes out and talks about delaying Halo Infinite until 2021. You gotta let us know what your kind of like first thoughts about this were. If you were disappointed, if you think this was the right thing to do, you gotta give us your mindset, man. What's going on here with K Mega and the Halo delay, brother?
All right. Well, I got two different thoughts about this. One is it's a delay. I mean, this has been a part of everything that we've seen all this generation with all different games, especially big titles. The Witcher 3 got delayed. Cyberpunk. I mean, hell, if you look at this year alone, we've had about 10, 12 delays with all different types of games. I mean, the game that you like so much, Doom Eternal, that was delayed. There was just so many games that's gotten delayed. I mean, and some games need it. The Last of Us 2 got delayed, and they said the situation was about the pandemic. And I've made my piece about that, saying that look, I mean, and then the devs said themselves from Naughty Dog said the game is ready, it just need a little polish, but it's ready to go. But we have to follow with the suit of with Sony, because they are our boss. Then the leak came out, then they dropped it, and then they used it for the whole the pandemic and stuff like that. And I called it out. I said it was bull, and then the game gets released a couple of months later. So with this, how I look at it from this standpoint is if people weren't talking about how bad the game looked, I think this game would have been still ready to go. I really do think that. I personally think that, because if people didn't jump, because obviously somebody thought that game looked good enough the way that it did, even though it would have looked better by the time that the game got released this year. But there was so much kickback, there was so much feedback in the negative direction of how that game looked aesthetically, that they had to make some decisions. And also the whole thing of where they were thinking about breaking the game down and sending it in different pieces. The multiplayer was supposed
that came out yesterday that they said that. Yeah,
that they were going to break it up in pieces. That would have been a disaster, because that's never happened in a Halo game. And even though that would have came out and launched, would have had the game, you would have had it, but it still would have gave more scrutiny. So in all cases, it gave them an opportunity. And of course, I understand that all these developers, they're going through it, and I'm not saying that it was an excuse that the pandemic is not affecting things, because it is. The whole point of it is just like I've told stands out there that's tried to take tweets that I posted months ago and call out Sony for their line. Is that, look, get back at me if Halo is dropped in the next couple of months, like The Last of Us 2. That's when you can holler at me and say, oh, where's that same energy? Get back at me if Halo gets delayed another time, because you know what I'm saying? Because then that's when you can sit there and you could try to use up whatever conjuring spirits to try to make it seem like that I was wrong about what I said.
Well,
but
go ahead. No, just real quick, when it comes, because I know people are constantly trying to compare situations with PlayStation and situations with Xbox. Now, one of the things that I feel I talked about a lot when it came to The Last of Us, in terms of being delayed indefinitely, not getting any type of release or anything like that. I think that was the reason why a lot of people were talking about that. And then the thing was, once that kind of like the story leak kind of came out, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, here's a date right here. No problem. To me, I feel like that's a different situation.
It's a completely different situation. That's what I was saying. Like it holds no weight for whatever that they're trying to push. But look, there's a lot of naive, weak-minded people over there. That's just a fact. There's a lot, and it goes on both sides, because I'm tripping out on how people are just going crazy about this game getting delayed. Which one do you want? Do you want a game to come out? It's just like I said about with Scalebound. Would you want Scalebound to come out with the dragon doing the damn hammer dance, or would you want that game to come out to be right? And that was the same thing that comes up with this. Well, it got canceled because they spent too much money and resources on it, and it still wasn't ready to go. With Halo, we know that game is never going to get canceled, but we want the game to be right. It just didn't look up to expectations. Did it look better when you watched the 4K the 4K video of it, or the little trailer that they showed afterward? Yes. It still didn't look better than Halo 5. So that's the whole question of it. And then of course, when you're going into it, the whole questions about the ray tracing, why was that not going to be involved? Why is that not going to be there at launch? All of those things can be right there and brought to you right then and there.
People think that they're delaying. People think that they're delaying this game just for the ray tracing. So when it comes down to it, what do you think they're going in there and doing? Because I feel that the torch or the responsibility here for why this game was delayed, I feel it belongs in the hands of a certain Halo community. The old Halo community, the community that didn't want the sprinting, didn't want the clambering, wanted the speed toned down. They wanted the original style of like Halo 1 and stuff like that. I feel like those are the hands that are holding that torch. Like that, I feel that they have the responsibility, man.
That is absolutely the facts right there. They want this game to be they want this game to be a Bungie game instead of being a 343 game. And that to me is where the biggest problem lies, is that you have to give credit to 343 to try to want to cater to that certain demographic, but it's also it also seems to be true that the rumors that were going on about the conflict is that there were people that wanted Halo to progress and move forward, and there were other people that were saying, look, let's just listen to the old guard, the old Halo fan, that they're still they're our diehard, so we need to listen to it, which is nothing wrong with that. But what was going to happen at the end of the day, and I guarantee it's not even I mean, I'll put money on it, is they're still going to complain. They're still going to find something that they don't like, and there'll still be some that'll find reasons for the game not to be. They'll not hype up the game. They'll not be. They'll find a reason. They always do, because it's not until Bungie comes walking through that door and saying that we took over Halo, they're never going to be satisfied. That is the truth. So therefore, 343 needs to get to a point to where after this, no more, because this could actually cripple and tear down 343 if the scrutiny is more widespread. And I think that's what the old guard wants to do. They want to tear down 343, and they want to somehow have Bungie come back and it's kumbaya all over again. But really what that's doing is holding back the progression of a franchise that could be bigger than any other franchise that we've ever played in video game history. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's time for them to start making their plans. Do this. I think I said this last week. Do the final swan song for, we catering to you. This is what this is for. But from here on out, once we do these expansions and we bring up, Halo is going to be what we envision it to be, and I guarantee you the gamers will enjoy it. Just the only thing they have to do is keep the story. Is give us plenty of story, and I'm not going to keep going because me and you could talk about all damn night. But I just think it's gross, though. I do think it's gross. But the delay, there's nothing wrong with delay. It is the right thing for them to do, so they can make sure they give us a complete package. And then the other last point I want to make is the series. Make it just a Series X game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get most likely dropped I don't know. Some people are predicting early 2021. I don't see that. I see it late 2021.
Well, that's actually the second part of the question. So hold on to
Okay.
that.
Oh,
but
okay. Okay. I'll hold that. But okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Real quick, I do want to ask you with
Yeah.
you being in agreement with me that a lot of this stemmed from the reaction after 343 tried to make Halo Infinite more Bungie-esque, quote unquote. Do you think that they are going to go back in with this year? Because I also agree on the kind of like release date kind of like theory here. Do you think that they're going in and they're gonna 343 it more in terms of like how the game looks, the styling? Because I think they can do it. They can go in and they can like add more detail to the textures, Forerunner walls, stuff like that. Do you think that's why it's gonna be like? You think that's what they're gonna be doing?
I don't know, not for the story mode, not for this. I think when they get to the expansions, that's when you'll start seeing the absolute changes. The multiplayer is going to be the most fascinating aspect of it, but I think that the multiplayer is going to cater to everything. I think that's going to be the least problematic for the developers, because they can just make it the most robust multiplayer that we've ever seen in Halo. Give us those Halo 5 features, give us the old Halo 1 through 3, and even give us Halo 4 multiplayer aspects, and just all roll it up to one and just separate it in different modes. I think that's going to be fine, and plus give us Warzone. That will be great. But it's going to be the story. I think that they're going to still cater to the Bungie lovers, and then gradually just start making it into what they want it to be, which I think is the smart decision overall.
Nice, brother. And on that note, I am gonna move to Flamish, my brother. Flamish, I know you saw what is going on with Halo Infinite. You heard me just kind of read some of the things in the statement that was said. You gotta let us know how you feel about this as well. Plus, within that, like, why do you think this delay is going on? You heard K Mega and what he thought about in terms of 343 trying to make a more quote unquote Bungie Halo game. Do you agree with that, or do you have a different theory, a different stance? So let us know, man.
Okay, so first of all, I saw the gameplay first, right? Like the E3 type presentation came up, and I was looking at the gameplay. I didn't really saw the graphics because it was in 1080p, so it wasn't really that visible for me personally. I didn't saw the cloud popping in. I was like, wow, this game looks good. Then afterwards, when seeing it in 4K, I was like, yeah, there's some issues here and there, but overall the gameplay is more important to me, because if a game plays fun, you're gonna notice the graphics a little bit less, for me personally, that is. Also, I feel like when they delayed it, it was because most of the community was actually saying like it's not good where it stands right now. We saw how it looked. The Craig meme is one of the big things, I think. Is
Dude,
a little
Craig
bit of
is
the
all
decision.
powerful. Let's be real. He is the Chuck Norris of the gaming industry right now, man. Come on.
Yeah, even Phil said it himself. Like he's our new mascot, and I love that. But overall, I think it's always a good decision if they're gonna delay a game because of overall what they think, and when the new things came up, but why they delaying it as well. I think overall it couldn't be a better thing than to delay, because most of the community was actually already like, should they delay it, or like the doubting if the game is going to be good at release. We didn't know anything about the multiplayer. Normally there's a beta like months before. Like I actually didn't know that because I wasn't really in the Xbox community before the Xbox One X. So I didn't know about all that. I actually found out recently.
Yeah,
So
you're a multi-console owner, right? A multi-console gamer.
yes, I play everything. I started on like Nintendo, go to PlayStation. I've then on PC for a couple of years. Then I when the Xbox One X came out, I went to Xbox, and yeah, I enjoy every platform. I don't have a preference, like a real allegiance to a platform, but I do love Xbox a little bit
Oh, you didn't
more.
swear an oath. You didn't sign a contract. Nothing like that, right?
No, another one of those fanboys, I would say. No, I love everything. That's me personally. But yeah, overall, I think it's always a good thing to delay a game. Like you see, most games getting delayed. Mostly they get better. There are a couple of examples, like Anthem, I would say, where delay is actually, yeah, still not good enough.
Yeah.
How much they
You
even
just caught
delayed,
K
but
Mega's ear when you said Anthem. Be careful. Be careful how you tread right now, bro. Yeah.
I'll stop over that. I'll quit over that. That subject that don't want to piss people off on my first ever appearance.
Oh no, that's the way to get on again. By the way, like, yeah, I'm just letting you know. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, brother. But so you think it's
Yeah.
a good idea, even though it's supposed to release with the Series X, and it was the game that was really supposed to show the power of the console. You still think it's a good idea? Delay it, take as much time as you want. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so overall, I think it's the best thing to delay the game, so we can get ready for for the overall package with ray tracing and the other stuff. I mean, we didn't even see the full extent of what the Xbox Series X gonna do to the game exactly, because it was on a dev kit, right?
Mm.
On a PC type
Well,
build.
it was
So
on a PC. It
yeah,
was
on a
definitely on a
PC.
PC.
Yeah.
So
So
we
overall, we didn't even see what the game is all about when it's running on an Xbox Series X. So overall, I would say, yeah, we'll have to wait, I guess.
okay.
But the last thing I want to say about it, like, there's so many games coming out. I will be busy playing Cyberpunk, maybe Avengers even still then, because it's gonna be an ongoing project of 10 years. But yeah, so many games coming out, I will not have time to play Halo. I
Brother,
mean,
if it was coming out though, you would make time to play Halo. Let's be real here.
yeah,
Like it,
yeah, of course.
all right, and when it comes down to it, like there's no problem with being disappointed in the news. Like some people are like, "Oh no, it's fine. Take all the time you need." Some people like out on social media like, "Well, why are you upset? If it's broken, it's broken." And it's like, "Well, no, dude, I was hyped for the game. I was ready for the exploration. It's okay for gamers to be upset." One thing I will say I noticed out here in YouTube land, though, the very first people to come out with videos were not necessarily people that were championing Halo before they showed anything either. Like it just seemed like people, as soon as they heard that delay, they were ready out here on the YouTube, like, "Yo, big news, guys!" And I don't really think that they were into or excited about a new Halo game to begin with. I'm just throwing it out there. The first people I saw with the videos weren't necessarily Halo fans, which was really interesting to me. But on that note, let's take it to Predator. Predator has actually been quiet. Yo, Pred, you know, I know Halo Infinite is delayed. What do you think about that? Were you disappointed? And what do you think as to the reasoning of why? Like why do you think it was delayed? Because they were really talking it up, and then all of a sudden a complete 180, man. What's your deal here?
All right, so yes, they were talking it up. They were talking it up so much that they had toys made for this game.
Mm-hmm.
They had Monster putting out fucking game codes for this shit for XP and shit like that. That came out literally right after the announcement of this game in, what was it, July? Did they have their event? Was it July?
Yeah, it was July.
Yeah,
July? Okay, so
Yeah.
we're in August, right? August is not the time to tell us the game's not ready. July would have been the time to tell us the game wasn't ready. And that's, I fault Microsoft for that, for not listening to their fan base, for not listening to their people, for not listening to the hardcore Halo fans out there They wanted this game ready to go, right? And I'm not. Let's put it this way: they presented something that was polarizing because it split the Halo community up in what they showed. Whether you liked it or
Dude,
didn't like it,
the Halo community's already split.
They're
man. Come
already
on.
split up.
I
It's been split
understand
up.
that.
It's been split up, bro.
it's always been that way. And now, instead of listening to the people before and what they wanted, they're trying to come back and correct it now, which I think is a misstep. If you're gonna put your name on something, ride with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can correct it later, and that's not what people want to hear. But they spent 5 years making this game,
Not
and then they showed it.
not
4,
just
3,
making the game, not just
a
making
new
the game.
engine as well.
That takes some serious time.
Okay,
and
but it's
shit,
been
man.
5 years.
Halo
It's been-
MCC.
Hold on, I'm fucking talking. You wait your goddamn turn, all of y'all.
Oh,
They
you're
spent
not
all
that
this
far.
time making this game, and they presented it to us in July, right? If that's not what they thought was going to sell the people on the game, they should not have presented it when they did.
That is true.
And that's what they did, and they sold it to us, and people were like, oh shit. Half the people were like, oh shit, I can't wait for Halo. The other half of people were talking shit about Craig, right? So, like, fast forward a couple of months later, or a month later, and all of a sudden they want to delay it, and not delay it like, you know, they say 2021. We don't know if it's January, February, September, November. We have no idea when this game's coming out at this point. And here's my biggest disappointment of everything. It isn't even a delay, because if this would have been a mid-gen release, like, if this had happened, like this, they delayed this like a year and a half ago. Like, they'd have brought the shit out of E3 2016 and delayed it for 6 months. No one would have given a shit. They'd have been like, oh, well, games delay all the fucking time.
Well,
But
it also gives Microsoft some room to, like, make some deals, get some second party, like, you know, basically buy a game or something like that.
That's
You know?
my thing. Like, you delayed a game that was going to sell your console.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people were banking on this game, right? At the console. Like, I mean, I'm not one of those guys. I just rebuilt my PC. You know, like, I'm not that guy.
You are super happy about that now,
And I'm
too.
fucking hyped about my fucking PC. But there were some people who were just console gamers that hate PC. They were expecting this game to come out and get a new console for this game, played it in 4K, 120 frames or whatever, whether it's 1440p, 120, whatever. They were expecting this game to come out, and they were ready to buy this console. This was the game that was going to transition some people who were on the fence, those neutrals, to come over and pick up an Xbox. And now this game isn't coming out. And it is basically took the steam out of the launch of the Xbox Series X, because a lot of people are not going to buy this now. They're going to wait. They may buy it later. I'm not saying they're not going to get it, but now they're looking like, well, let's see what's coming out, you know. And yeah, you can tout Game Pass, you can tout all the other games they have coming that are multi-plat coming to the system that'll play, but Halo was a system seller to me. That's what I thought was going to sell the system.
Oh, yeah.
And give them a leap, I guess, a little bit of a head start, or at least keep them on par with what PlayStation was doing. And because they decided to not launch it, and again, it's a delay. Had this happened 2 years ago, I wouldn't have given a shit. But it's happening at the wrong time because they're launching a brand new console, and they're trying to sell consoles at the launch, you know, against their competitor who outsold them 3-1, maybe even. We'll be nice. We'll say 2-1, right? Over this generation. This was their game. This was their game that was going to make some people say, I'm getting an Xbox One X. Because I've seen people say that. I'm getting the Xbox One X because I can't wait to play Halo. And now Halo's not coming out. So what does that do to those people?
Well, Pred, with that real quick, because I hear where you're going with this, and it's really, really interesting. I gotta ask you then, you know, because you're into the business side of things, like what does this mean for the release of the Series X? You're saying that this was the game that was really going to get people like, hey, I need to get a Series X. You know, look at this game. It's absolutely incredible. You know, it was basically it was going to be playable on the Xbox One as well, but you know, all the bells and whistles were going to be on the Series X. if you had to predict, what does this mean for the launch of the Series X, man?
I'm questioning right now, like, and I know a few people who are also questioning this too. Like, what is the point of getting a new console? It isn't even just a Series X; it's a PlayStation 2, as well. So, like,
Oh yeah,
like there is really, and that's what prompted me to build my PC and rebuild my shit. Like, there's no games coming out on either console that are just selling me on graphics, on the basically on the next gen factor. Put it that way. Like, what are we gonna play when we get our console that we can't already play on our current consoles? Because Xbox One X, you can buy those games. I'm sorry, Series X, those games that are coming out, you're gonna be able to play on the Xbox One X. And the PlayStation games, with the exception of maybe 2, if you're really a Spider-Man
PlayStation,
fan,
when it comes to first party, they only have 2 games ready at launch.
yeah,
You know,
exactly. They have
Miles Morales and Astrobot's Playground. That's it.
What about
No, they got Godfall.
Godfall or Bugsnax, whatever. But like,
Godfall is second party. I believe Bugsnax is as well. Bugsnax will be coming to Xbox in the future
and again,
as well.
I'm talking about launch day.
Bugsnax.
I'm talking about launch day. When you pick up your Xbox or your PlayStation launch day, what games are you playing? Whether exclusive or not at that time, like, what are you playing? And like,
Anime says Medium and Scorn. That's like, I guess Anime Heaven, shout out to you. Medium and Scorn are now the games that Anime Heaven is looking forward to.
Yeah, right. And so they weren't pushing that shit before. They weren't. And so, like, they were pushing Halo, and Halo's not coming out. So now, as a consumer, I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, my kid has an Xbox One X. I can play Scorn on the Xbox One X. I can play Medium on the Xbox One X. I can play Assassin's Creed on the Xbox One X. I can play all these games on the Xbox One X. So what the fuck is the point of buying an Xbox One X if there's no motherfucking Halo? Woo! There isn't. There isn't one. So, like, I don't understand. And again, I want the Xbox One X, but I just don't see the purpose of buying one right now at launch. And the same with the fucking PlayStation. I'm not buying a PlayStation for Miles Morales, whether it's 5 or 10 fucking hours. I didn't like Spider-Man when I played it anyway. Like, there's nothing on either console. They're saying, hey, it's a, we have a pandemic going on. Let me spend $500-$600 on a console to play old gen games. I just don't see it happening. It doesn't make any sense to me as a consumer. I'll just fucking wait, or just play it on PC. Did I just fucking spend fucking goddamn fucking boatload on? So like, I'll just play it there. So like, my issue, and I'll get back to the fucking topic. My issue with the Halo cancellation or delay, whatever the fuck, not cancel. Not, let me say that.
Don't say that, man. That'll go off on Twitter like crazy.
Y'all motherfuckers, don't fucking retweet me and put the shit out later and shit. It's not canceled. It's delayed. But let me ask you this question. And this goes to the whole fucking panel, the people in chat, you too, Chris Hart. What game has fucking Xbox delayed and made better? I'll wait. None. They haven't.
Yeah, I'll wait. None. Yeah, like right off.
They haven't. Like when they pushed back Crackdown for fucking God knows how long it was, it didn't look better. When they pushed back Scalebound, they canceled it. When they pushed back Fable, they canceled it. So like, they don't. I mean, God.
Yo, K Mega, you got an answer for him, bro? He going off right now. Like when
he told us to be quiet, so let him run.
He got a question for all of us.
He gets stuck. He gets stuck.
They haven't really pushed anything. Like when they delay games, I'll give them. I don't know. Was God Gears of War, was that delayed?
It's delayed multiple times, many times throughout its life cycle.
The 4 I thought got delayed. 5 wasn't.
I think
4 got
5.
delayed. Ultimate Edition got delayed.
Yeah.
Gears 2 got delayed.
The only one I can think of right now off the top of my head is 5, because I remember seeing the before images, the beta, and the after. And I remember people talking shit about the beta before.
Gears 5 did not get delayed. And
Can I finish? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. When when I saw
Crispy
the beta,
Yo,
the
that is
Gears
twice, bro.
he's the Gears hardcore guy. So
I'm not. Again,
That's
I asked
twice,
the
bro.
question. Was it
That's
delayed? I
twice.
wasn't sure.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
do remember seeing the beta version of Gears and the final product. And I don't know if it was delayed
That
or
was
not, but
Gears 4.
I know the final product came out a lot better than what the beta looked like. But as
That
far
was
as
Gears
game
4.
That was
delays,
Gears 4.
yeah,
is that Gears 4?
that was Gears 4.
Okay. Because I remember them talking shit about they were on IGN talking shit
Oh,
about.
it looked like Craig. Just
Yeah,
telling you.
but when the game came out, it looked better. So I do know that they can do that. But with Halo, this is your launch fucking title for a brand new fucking console, and you decide to delay this. And it wasn't like they weren't. I don't think they were planning on delaying this game. I really think they were going to launch it the way it was. And I think was it K Mega? You said a minute ago. If everyone had a fucking positive, they were positive about what they saw, they would have launched that shit. They would have.
Facts.
Yeah,
They would have.
Yeah,
But because
it was.
people came back and backlashed it, and they were like, okay, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board. And Phil was on, I think it was a show yesterday or day before yesterday. He was like, this decision was made the other day. They were planning on launching this game as is and just going with it. And even possibly at some point letting I think that is one of the options was to have a staggered, release this portion this now and this portion later.
Yeah, in
which was
pieces.
gonna miss it. That would have fed right into the fucking narrative of Xbox makes games for Game Pass, and they'll build it later. And so like they were doomed regardless. They had launched it, it'll look like shit. If they didn't launch it, like they're not launching it now. They're going to use the excuse it wasn't ready, and I honestly don't think the game was ready. There just seems like there's too much going on behind the scenes.
See, I think a lot of this is like you said, it's the reaction to the reaction. Like they unfortunately, I feel like that again, that old school Halo community got the ear of 343. I do like the idea of exploration and stuff like that, but when it came to the overall design of like the graphical design of this game, I really think they're going in and they're bumping up these textures. They're making it more 343-ish, and that's why.
Let me ask you this, then.
I hope they do.
You're a Halo guy. You and K Mega both Halo people, right? So like overall, not just Halo, but look at all the games that have come out from Microsoft in the last couple of years. Do you think they're out of touch with what the gamers want?
No.
No. Unfortunately, I feel like this is when a snowball starts rolling down a mountain. I feel like that's what is going on with Microsoft now. I feel like they invested in the studios. When it comes to this Halo, I think 343 went to the Xbox division and said, this community has been screaming for a while. Like, we can do this. It's exploration. It's going to be a 10-year game. We'll add content. I think they really sold Xbox on that, which is why they were going forward with this game. When it comes to the gameplay, exploration, stuff like that. But I feel like it's kind of like that perfect storm scenario when it comes to it. The one thing that could really go wrong when it comes to the release of this system would be the Halo Infinite reaction. You see what I'm saying? Like I think they got everything. Yeah. They got everything good when it came to hardware and all that good stuff. This was the one kind of like Phil Spencer holding his breath moment with revealing Halo, and unfortunately they tried to cater to a community that's never going to be happy unless it states Halo 3, and like K Mega said,
I'm going to stop you right
there.
So here's something. Hold on. Let me go, and I'll be done after this comment.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to just rebuttal what you was asking. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you can after this, and this is because he answered first. So I'm going to ask this question too, and you can answer this first. And
after you get done, I got you.
Yeah. My other part of this was what was Plan B. Right, like if Halo was your Plan A, there wasn't a Plan B. Like if Halo, again, you're trying to launch a console, you're trying to get out there in front of the competition, and Halo's your answer to that, right? And some point in time, and trust me, I've been in these meetings, I've been in these rooms with people. They're talking about things like this, like a delay. That shit wasn't just happening. That was a possibility somewhere on a slide, somewhere on a Microsoft panel, like. we might not be able to do X, Y, and Z. Let's fix it. When's the deadline, right? You talk about these things in meetings. And when that meeting happened, they should have been like, well, what's plan B? What are we going to launch as plan B if Halo can't come out?
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case. And they didn't have an answer for that. And I really think they pushed all their eggs into that Halo basket. And now we're where we're at right now. And we have nothing first party, hardcore. And I'm not going to say AAA, AA, whatever. I'll say hardcore because that's how I'm a hardcore gamer. You don't have anything hardcore launching with your console to sell it. And that's my other issue. So, like, there was no plan B.
Okay, I got you, brother.
Mega. Okay,
And,
Mega.
and yo,
I'm
K-Mega-
gonna be real quick because Crispy over here getting all
Okay,
flustered
and then I
shit.
have a super chat afterwards.
Yeah. Well, read the super chat. Read the super chat.
Yo,
'Cause
shout out to my brother Sean Murray hitting up that super chat, guys. Super chat does work, people. He said the Scorn and the Medium are only on the Series X. They're not on the One X. And I think this is going back to something that Pred was talking about. I could play this on the One X, and he's right. The Scorn and Medium are only coming out on the Series X and, of course, the Series S. So it is newer hardware. It's not going to come out on the Xbox One. Shout out to you, Sean. Thank you for hitting up that super chat. Now I can keep scrolling through the chat and see what.
So
people are
wait,
saying.
Xbox lied to us then?
No, they didn't, because
No.
they said they left it up to the developers, and those developers said, you know what, we're just going to put it on those systems.
That was stated when we seen Scorn in there. So
Yes.
anyway, but let me be quick. No, 343
Trying to
isn't
start
out
a
of
fight right there, yeah.
I know. No, 343 isn't out of touch because all you got to do is look at Halo 5. Halo 5 looked fantastic.
You can see it
You
right
know what I'm
now.
saying?
Look at it.
You can look. Yeah, you can look at it. Halo 5 looked amazing. You look at what Xbox has done with Forza, of course. We've seen that gameplay and Gears. That right there tells you that they're not out of touch. Now, if you're just saying 343, who's out of touch is the old school Halo fan that think that only cares about nostalgia instead of progression. And that's my point on that.
Nice.
And the last thing I want to say about it, like, first of all, like I said, we didn't see it running on the Series X itself, only on the PC. So we don't know how the game would look on that system, because with the architecture and the SSD and stuff, that's like a whole different ball game. They're going for, and I feel like how it looked and how it played. I still feel like they would have released it if the backlash wasn't that bad.
Dude, I
See, that threw you off, didn't it, Bot? It threw you off, but I mean, it's the truth.
I was vaping real quick, brother. I was in the middle of a vape, all right? You called me out, man. I got to be honest here.
Dragon Spice, love you, bro.
But
That's good.
No, I was gonna tell Flamish. I agree 100%. You know, when it comes to the reaction, and another thing with it running on the PC, yeah, the velocity architecture was not there, and that's the one thing with Predators saying like he's glad he hooked up his PC or whatnot, and I'm like, yeah, no, I understand that, but when it comes to the load time technology and all that good stuff, you're not really getting that in your PC now. You're probably gonna have to upgrade more, man.
Whoa! Have you seen my PC build right now?
Oh no! Don't be
Oh,
that man, brother. Don't be that man.
Let's give him a quick clap.
Okay, bro.
i9 10900.
Yo,
Fucking what do I got?
no, you don't even
like-
know what you have,
Hold on,
man.
hold
Look
on.
at
I
that.
don't, because I got so much
Hold
new
on.
shit in here. I don't.
No Ryzen?
No, I didn't go Ryzen.
You went Intel?
I'm a gamer. Gamers
You went
don't go
Intel
Ryzen.
over Ryzen?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
get out of here.
I'm with Flamish on that one. Bro.
I got top of the line shit in this.
Can I
motherfucker.
Doesn't
Please,
matter.
for
A
the
Threadripper
love of
would
God.
go for an
I've
i9
had
every day.
I've had Preg cut me off like 100 times. Can I please?
No, it's not your
Yo,
turn.
can I just hit the super chat real quick and then
Absolutely.
Crispy can go, yo, because
I ain't talking about you.
shout
I'm more
out.
expecting the chat for the bitches.
Shout out to Sir X-Man. I have a hard time following all of his super chats. Such a supporter of the channel, of the show. Thank you, brother, for hitting up the super chat one more time. He says, I'm at work. I almost forgot you were on. Brother, I told you like 4 times, man. Like 4 times. But it's good It is really good to see you in the chat now. We do have to go to Crispy here. Crispy, Halo Infinite delayed, man. I gotta ask, are you disappointed? And what are your general thoughts on what's gonna happen here with the system? And why do you think they delayed this?
Nobody's brought up the fact that Slipspace is a proprietary engine. Okay, nobody's thinking about this. I mean, are you serious?
Why would we be? Come on, break it
why
down.
would you? So are they using Unreal?
No.
Okay, they own the engine that they're building it on. Release it next winter. Okay, it's the 20-year anniversary of Halo. Just do it. Just do it.
It is the 20th anniversary, huh? I saw that in the chat, and I was like, "Yo, that sounds about right," but I didn't look it up.
You have to understand, it's not. They don't have to go through anybody to make the game better. They're doing it themselves, and that's the point. Look, I have said it multiple times on multiple podcasts. I liked the gameplay. I didn't like the way it looked, except for the outer spectrum of it. It looked great,
like
when
the
you
environment,
were
right?
Out.
Yeah,
The environment looked great, but then I got focused on the gameplay, which felt doomish. It felt very like all over the place, which I'm fine with, especially if you're going to make it open world, everything else. Like, you have to realize that I have played a little bit of Halo 5, and it looks incredible, but the story didn't grab me. So I said, nope, I'm done. You know what I mean?
It didn't grab Crispy the way his girlfriend does, right?
Yeah, around the back, bro. Yeah, I got you.
What kind
See,
of
what's
freaky
he
ass shit are
doing
you
back
guys
there
doing?
anyway?
but that's what I'm saying. Like we got Pred telling me to say F off and this and that. I'm trying to make up great points. Okay, you have to understand that they own this engine now. Okay, in a year they can make it way better, and we're not at November yet. They need to take the time. They need to do the right things. They need to make this game better than it ever has. And they've already seen rumors.
Some people would say that they should have done the right things already when it comes to this game, man.
Yeah, well, they switched the engine to begin with because supposedly they were using Unreal before that. Just to let you know.
Is that a fact or is that just a rumor though?
That's a rumor because they're not going to tell us. Okay, I mean, why would they tell us? Because they already have slip space there.
There's actually no one to back it up as well. No one has backed that up yet. It's stayed a rumor till now. So
yeah, so Crispy, the only thing is I'm just
Well,
stating on
nobody's
whether or
killed it
not
either.
that's a rumor, as opposed to something that was officially
I mean,
stated,
nobody's
yeah.
killed it. I mean, we rumorize on PlayStation. We rumor on every console we're on.
And I state 3 or 4 times within that whole thing. This is a rumor. Like I say that, dude. I'm just putting it out there. I don't.
The game has been moved till 2021. That's all we know.
Yes.
Okay. So do it right. Don't give us pieces. Give us the whole damn game, because that's what the Halo fans want. Even though some of them will talk shit about it, they'll say whatever they want. I'm a gearhead, okay?
Yes, you are.
People talk shit about Gears till no end, even though the game came out like shit at the beginning, and I had people that were saying it's great, and they hated me for saying, hey, make the store right, make this right, make that right. Don't have, a bunch of fucking bullshit going on in the campaign and everything else. Make it right. And they didn't do it until now. All of a sudden, the game's much better than it was. But I also say you have new people on it, listen to them, understand that they might like Halo more than you at that point because you've been on it for 5 years or 6 years or 10 years. You know what I mean? And just listen to them and understand that, you know, Halo 4 and 5 aren't that bad of games. Just combine them. Make a great campaign, a great multiplayer, and combine them. And I think the Halo fans, not all of them, but some of them, or most of them, at least the way I feel about Gears, will be very happy.
You would think so. You would definitely think so. But again, I gotta point in the direction of the Halo community that just keeps talking about the Bungie Halos all the time, and I really feel
But
like,
are they Bungie fans? That's so.
you know, one of the
Are they
things,
playing Destiny like
well,
you?
I'm one of the I don't know about that, but one of the things I can honestly say, in this society, one of the things that's really hard for people to do is to be honest with themselves in a lot of situations. And if you talk to a lot of people in that community, you know, it's really hard to talk to those people about like newer Halos and stuff like that, because there's a certain amount of denial that goes on in those conversations.
There's a certain amount of denial until other people are playing it and they see or they watch or they do whatever the hell they're going to do, and they see that people are enjoying the game, and then they want to enjoy it.
They don't get, there's a lot of them don't give a shit about other people enjoying the game. They want their game. Fuck everybody else.
Then they're old. Then they're as old as us.
Well, all right. But real quick, super chats, just real quick, Crispy. Sir X-Man said, I guess Phil heard my rant Friday on Crossfire. Dude, he might have. And real quick, Wilmy Hood hit up the super chat. Shout out to Wilmy Hood. What is up, brother? And it just scrolled so far past. There we go. Hitting up that super chat. Thank you for the support. He says, is Crispy somewhat sober? Crispy, are you somewhat sober right now?
I'm never sober.
Oh, goodness.
Just for you, Wilmy. Franchise haters, motherfucker. Let's go.
Portal, yes, I do care about the community, man. When I started this YouTube channel, I felt like I do have a responsibility for the community. That is something that you get from this channel, as well as a lot of other YouTubers that I talk to. I feel like, when it comes down to it, we have a voice out here. Even though this is such a small channel, I feel like I have a voice and I need to be able to express it and to kind of help the community move forward as much as my own gaming preference. So yeah, I will always, as you say, care too much about the community. I'll always do that. But Crispy, anything else on the Halo delay, brother?
Dude, watch what they do. That's what I mean. Believe
we don't have any other choice. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, it comes down to, what do you want? You want segmented delays and hey, we're gonna give you the campaign. We're not giving you the multiplayer. We're not giving you nothing else. Do you want that? I don't think anybody wants that. I didn't want that. I'll tell you right now. I played the campaign compared to the multiplayer of Gears 5. Campaign was horrible compared to the multiplayer. Multiplayer was great. Yes.
Gears 5's campaign was one of the best in my opinion, but that's why we have opinions.
Well, guess what? I had a lot of issues.
Oh, okay. 5. Technical issues you're talking.
Well, I play with people. Everybody knows it. I play with people. Okay? They had a lot of issues when it comes to connectivity, everything else. How things, registered in the game itself. It was annoying.
Oh yeah, okay? when it came to the campaign, I played the campaign solo, so I didn't deal with half of the stuff that a lot of people were talking about when it came to like bugs and issues like that. So I see your point on that one, brother.
So what I'm saying is I am so glad, because I will eventually, by the time it comes out, because I think it's going to be a holiday next year. I truly believe it. If they're going to do it right, do it damn right. Do it right. Release a full game that has no, if not, yeah, I mean, there's bugs in almost any game now. Well, let's just call a spade a spade. There's bugs in almost any game. We saw The Last of Us 2. A lot of people didn't see those bugs. There's bugs, okay? And you're going to release a game, but are you going to release it like shit? That's what I was hoping they wouldn't do, and they didn't. They said, you know what? We're done. At the same time, you shouldn't have been touting it for the past couple months. And I'll agree with people on that. Don't tout it now. You know what I mean? Tout it later. And you showed us on the showcase. You gave us the gameplay and everything else. Gameplay looked good. The actual visuals and everything else look like shit. So, give us the game that 343, for the love of God, give us the game that you want to show us. Stop caring so much about the old school people that are still playing Halo 3. Okay? Stop doing it.
Dude, dude, if I wasn't lazy, I'd be standing right now for that last part, Crispy. Yeah, I appreciate that. I am clapping for you, brother.
I've been through it, dude. I've been through it. I've watched it. You know what I'm saying? I've watched it. Gears 5 is a really good game now. It's really good. But I called out the certain parts that I hated about it, and including the connectivity, everything else. Make it a game that you want to launch to everyone in the world and let it happen and just deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, developers, they should, make what they want to make when it comes, because then you're motivated to do more. You're motivated to go in and really kind of flesh it out and stuff. If you're trying to cater to a base that, and give them things you don't necessarily believe in when it comes to your product, when it comes to your game, people will see that in the product itself. They will see that it wasn't made with that heart, that motivation, that attention to detail. And I'm if I had to put money on it, if I were a betting man, I had to put money on it. I'm thinking that this delay, 343, is gonna 343 Halo Infinite a lot more when it comes to what the game looks like.
Because what do you want to do, Bot, at the end of the day? You want to play as Master fucking Chief, right?
Uh-oh.
The Master. You want to play as the Master, right?
You see, this gameplay I'm locked right now, man. In this gameplay,
I want to the gameplay. He looked like a god as far as the gameplay. Keep the gameplay, polish it up, make it look amazing. And you know what? At the end of the day, we can sit here and say you delayed it a year or a year and a half or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, it will make a difference because you know what? Most consoles don't have great launch. They don't. They just don't have it. You know what I mean? I've had multiple times where I've bought a console and I've got 3 games.
Hold on. When it comes to Xbox, like when you look at launches of the consoles, when Xbox first came out, it had Halo as a launch. When you look at the 360, they had Project Gotham. They had Cameo.
They had Gears 1.
Hold on. No, Gears 1 came later. It wasn't a launch game for the 360.
It was a launch
game. It was not a launch game for the 360.
It came out a year after the 360 came out.
Yeah, it wasn't a launch game.
Yeah, it was not a launch. They had Cameo. They had Project Gotham Racing. They had Perfect Dark Zero. But this is unprecedented, the area that we're in right now, because when it comes to Xbox, they always had first-party games ready at launch. This is something we have not seen before.
And you're thinking of the generation before. What about 2013?
2013, Dead Rising 3. Okay, Rise Son of Rome, which is basically it was
Killer Instinct.
Second party Killer Instinct.
And at the time, it was Sunset Overdrive.
What about PlayStation?
Well, Sunset Overdrive came later.
Sunset Overdrive, that wasn't what color.
I think that was a year later too. I hear a lot of people.
Forza 5.
Yeah, Forza 5. So we are in unprecedented times when it comes to an Xbox console coming out, and no first party games available with it at launch. I mean, this is what it
Taking a
is.
playbook out of PlayStation.
What
That's
happened?
they're doing. They're taking a playbook out of PlayStation.
I don't know about that, man. But yo, Crispy, it's been a really good conversation. I do want to get Dark in here as well. He has been incredibly quiet. I don't know what we're gonna get from him, because every time I think I figure out his kind of like gaming style and preference, he just does a complete 180 on me. So the Angry Otter himself, Dark Optimus. First off, are you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, cool. You didn't go to sleep. Yeah, okay, we're all good. So,
No, I just let everybody get their points in, you know.
yeah, no, I got you, man. And I'm really interested to see where you're gonna go with this. Like, how do you feel about Halo Infinite getting delayed? Do you let us know why you think it got delayed as well, and you know, kind of give us your general feelings here when it comes to this situation, because like I said, we're in uncharted waters when it comes to a new Xbox console that never came out without first party games. Like, what's your thoughts here, bro?
I mean, at first I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't like mad or anything. I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe they're delaying it. You know, like, I mean, I understand why. I mean, I get it. Like, they get backlash, or they're, you know, there's probably other factors involved in the game. Maybe it didn't show well. Maybe they were like, well, actually, you know what? It really didn't show well. We were hoping it would show better than it did, and it didn't. So maybe they're going back and they're tweaking things and making it better. And you know, I just think to myself, like, people are gonna sit here complaining no matter what they do, no matter what. It doesn't matter. They're just gonna complain. You know, normally, you guys know me, I don't really complain about video games very often. I mean, like, it takes a lot for me to be like, man, fuck that game, you know? A lot of times it's
like
just...
Battletoads?
I just like giving you shit about Battletoads.
Battletoads! I'm sorry, I had to.
Do I think Battletoads is going to be a terrible game? Hell no. I think Battletoads will probably be a pretty decent game. You know, I don't think it'll be what I want from Battletoads, but you know, that's okay. I don't care about that. You know, I'm not one of those gamers that's just going to be like, "Oh, you're not making it like how I want it? Fuck you. I'm going to get online and talk shit about you." That's not how I am. That's not how I'll ever be. Kudos to the people who can be like that. I can't be like that. I just can't.
I wouldn't say kudos to the people that could be like, I think you're going the right route in that one, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, they're gonna get mad no matter what I say.
Talking shit on social media. Good job.
That's the thing. I say kudos to them, and then guess what? They're gonna talk shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know, like that's how people are, man. That's just how people are behind the keyboard. They just want to talk shit about anything and everything because whatever their situation is not doing it for them. It's just, you know, I think Halo is such a big franchise that if they were to come out with it at the launch of the Xbox Series X, the way in the state that it was, I'm not saying it would have gotten a lot of backlash, but I'm saying is that it would have gotten somewhat of a backlash probably because
Dark,
of the fact.
Real quick, if you can see that super chat within you talk, because I don't want to interrupt
I
you.
can't. I can't see it. Otherwise,
all right. Well, real quick, Sir X-Man hit up the super chat one more time. Thank you so much, brother. I definitely appreciate it. He said Forza Motorsport 2 was a 360 day one release. I'm trying to think back. I'm not questioning you, brother, but you're kind of proving my point there that we're in uncharted waters. This is unprecedented when it comes to a new Xbox system coming out, a new generation, because I know One X and all that.
Isn't Forza Motorsport, isn't that a launch title for the Series X?
No.
Or they haven't even said it, right? No. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these games, they don't even have release dates for them. Like, even Medium doesn't even have a release date. It just says you can pre-order it. You know, so it's like, I definitely want to play Medium, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, well, is it going to come out with the launch of the Xbox Series X? Who knows? I think, I think the whole thing between like you guys gotta stop comparing PlayStation and
Thank
fucking
you.
Xbox together.
Thank
You
you.
gotta stop doing it.
Thank
Because you know why? They're two different freaking companies. They run differently. Sony is run the Japanese way. Xbox and Microsoft, they run it the American way. That's it. And yes,
America.
granted,
Oh man,
granted,
that's good
granted,
point.
yes, Sony PlayStation, this console,
They-
PlayStation 5, was created by the American team again, like the PS4 was, but it doesn't mean that they didn't have to go by the guidelines of what the Japanese, wanted them to do.
Sony
So
has westernized a lot, though. Let's
they
be
have,
real.
they have definitely westernized quite a bit. They've done a lot of things that would have probably been not so good back in the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era. So kudos to them for kind of doing that, kind of getting more westernized, because they know that Americans love console gaming. They
Brother,
know
you
that.
are getting a little bit hammered by like Portal player, dual purpose, Christopher
I don't
Hart,
give a
and
shit.
it's
Can I open
I don't give a fuck, dude. Those guys are gonna talk shit all they fucking want. I don't care.
okay.
Can I
You guys are just gonna keep fucking blowing shit out of your fucking ass all fucking day. It doesn't goddamn matter. At the end of the day, you know that both companies are completely different. They are not the same company. Sony PlayStation, I will go towards more of the PlayStation games since this generation. This generation has really proved to me that they have solid games that I like, that I enjoy. But Xbox also does have some qualities to it that I enjoy as well. So it's like, for me, I'm getting both consoles. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. That's my money. I don't give a shit what you spend your money on.
Are you gonna buy me a
Damn
console too,
straight,
sir?
dude.
Am I gonna buy
I am
the
your East
Series
Coast
X?
brother. Are you gonna buy?
Am-
You're gonna buy me a console, sir?
Oh, am I
Don't
gonna
do
buy
it.
you a console? No, probably not.
Bastard. Yo,
But
just
Go
real
ahead.
quick, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell in the super chat. Yo, thank you, brother, for the support. It is always awesome to see you, man. He has been a follower, a supporter of this channel for so long, ever since I was on Facebook, to be really honest with you. So it's always good to see you in the super chat. He says, Xbot, my feelings in stages about Halo Infinite delay in order. And dude, I don't know the names to all those, but I see exactly what you're saying. I want to know why you ended with like the little purple demon at the end, though. I just don't know. I don't know what that means, man. You are a nice guy. You are an awesome gamer. And I don't want you going the way of the dark side, man. I don't know what that means, but I will pray for you, brother.
But
Can
to
I
get
say
back,
one thing real quick?
Yeah,
Doc,
go ahead.
About what you
Yeah,
were
go ahead.
saying.
Yeah.
So you were saying we don't know release dates for most of the games yet, right? Because there's speculation they're
quite a
coming out
bit
in
of them,
2020. We don't know the release date of the console yet. So as soon as we
Right,
know the
exactly.
release date of the console,
We'll
we'll
know
probably have a lot more release
right,
dates.
right, exactly. So, that's the thing. Like, we don't even know what the pricing is for these damn consoles. Like, we don't know anything. Like, we're just sitting here fucking keyboarding away
about tree fitting.
bullshit, and it's not. It doesn't
Oh
even
my
matter.
god. I need
I mean, but let's be honest, Stark. This is like huge news on the Xbox platform because this was
Is it though?
the
Is it
game. This
really?
was the game for the launch of the system. Let's be real, man. Come on, bro.
Here's the thing. Is it really that big of a deal?
Yes.
That Halo is delayed until 2021? No, it's not.
What?
It's really not. It's not the end of the fucking world, dude. You're still gonna get it, right? You know you're gonna get it. You know you're gonna get it in 2021. So why the fuck are you gonna bitch about it?
I haven't
You know what I'm
decided
saying?
on my console yet that I'm gonna be getting the start of this quote unquote generation, sir.
Dude, you know you're gonna get the fucking Xbox
How
Series X.
dare
Don't give
you
me that
doubt
shit.
me? How
give me that
dare
shit.
you
What?
doubt me?
Get out of here, dude.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
not gonna get a
K
PS5
Mega, this
day
is
one. I
blasphemy right
guarantee
here,
that.
brother. I don't.
I guarantee you that you are not going to get a PlayStation 5 day one. I will try to get a PlayStation 5 day one, but from what I'm hearing, that might not be possible. But also, you know, the Xbox Series X, if I can't get a PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 5 day one, I'm going to get a Series X just because I want the new shit. Like, I want something new.
Dude, the
you
whole
know, I
thing,
don't-
yeah, yo, Dark, I'm glad you brought that up because people are like, oh, well, now there's no reason to get a new system. And I'm like, well, my main reason.
For them, there isn't probably, but for me, my main reason is because I'm a console fucking gamer. I'm not a
You're a
PC gamer.
console
I'm not
whore.
gonna play. I'm not gonna play on PC. I have no interest in ever playing on PC.
Dude,
so
but my
yeah, I'm
whole
gonna
thing
get a
is
console.
no load times, man. Like that right there deserves an investment. And when you look at Xbox, you know, and their backwards compatibility, because you know Sony, they've been a little iffy about what's going to be ready at launch and all that good stuff. But the whole no load times, because I'm a Destiny 2 gamer. I play a lot of Destiny 2, and I'm sick and tired of Rainbow Road loading. Loading the next kind of like activity that I'm going into. I want that thing to be like 3 seconds and I'm in the game, man.
See, all the things that bother other gamers don't bother me. It doesn't. Like load times and all that shit doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if the gameplay sucks and the story is terrible. Like that's the only thing that ever really bothers me. It's
So
like
you're a PlayStation gamer. There we go.
Oh!
PlayStation gamer. I play on Xbox too. You
Why are
know
you
that.
trying to
Crispy.
label
Don't give
Dark
me that,
Crispy?
Crispy. You know I play on Xbox too.
Whoa.
Get out of
So
here.
what do you play? Multiplayer games, right?
No, I
See,
don't play
yo,
multiplayer games.
Flamish in the chat and on the panel
But I play
agrees
most of
with
my
me, man.
multiplats. I play most of my multiplats on Xbox just because that's I don't know. I like having variety in my life. Okay,
He likes
I'll-
load time so he
sometimes I'll play-
can brush his mullet.
Sometimes I'll play a multiplat on PlayStation. Sometimes I'll play a multiplat on Xbox. I jump around. I don't give a shit where I'm gonna play my game.
Which is
K
a
Mega,
better
Dark
experience,
gets
though?
around, man. You
Which
know
is
what
a
I'm saying?
better
Better experience. I mean, whatever game I'm playing at the time, dude. That's really the better experience
It's
that I'm gonna
selective
get.
deal. Like
so
that's
you're a
the
real
point.
casual then.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
Politician, that's what he sounds like.
It's fine. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself
Hold
a
on,
casual
Christopher
because
Hart
I
agreed
do
with the
play a
thinker.
lot
I
of
got to
games.
see what he said.
Yeah, okay, but what I mean with that is just like you don't have allegiance like me. Like you
Yeah, I
just
don't have an
play
allegiance,
one
no.
system. But
Yeah.
I do think it's a little bit weird that you like
You guys
play
will-
multiplats on like.
You guys will pledge allegiance to the Ouya from here on out. That is it. All right, it's all about
It's
the
wherever I want
Ouya.
to play my games. To be
That's
honest.
like meta who, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's how it used to be. I was gonna say Pred, Otter. I mean, that's really how gaming is supposed to be overall. Play where you want to play. That experience, whatever. If you paid the money for how many consoles, doesn't matter. It almost makes it seem like if you don't own all of these, platforms, it seems like you almost will get scrutinized if you don't play on one thing longer than the other. If you talk about something more than you do the other thing, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yo,
man.
K
And
Mega,
I
K Mega.
do wanna
I had
say-
a PS4 and I gave a list of games that I enjoyed playing on that PS4, and people ignore that
Oh, yeah.
constantly.
You
just to
know
say,
what? You know what was so funny, and I know we're going to get to the next topic or whatever, but
yeah. I'm pushing it forward.
you see, I've touted and talked so highly of Ghost of Tsushima. I post gameplay because that's what I do.
Game of the year.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody I
ain't saying it. Well, I mean, if it was nominated, I wouldn't mind it. But it's a great game. It's just a great, fun, entertaining game. You know what's so funny though? I sit here and I tout how great it is. No, none of those stands talk about it. Say, well, or give it. You know how many likes I get from when I show that game? Mostly all the likes that I do get for it it's from Xbox fans or PC fans. I don't get very few. Maybe Cali Rex and maybe
Yo, shout
a
out to
couple of
Cali.
maybe about 4 or 5 PlayStation cats. But if I'm so pro Xbox, just it's all Xbox or nothing for me. Why am I showing in Holly Touton PlayStation games like that in Detroit and other games? It's stupid.
Because you have more of a preference towards Xbox. That's why. That's
Okay.
what kind of shows
I
to
do.
people that, oh, you're an Xbox guy. That's what it is. But since I don't have a preference, everybody attacks me, so it doesn't matter.
Oh wow, yeah, it's odd, man.
It's
I did want
odd.
to say I was not attacking you. I was just like looking.
Oh no,
at
Well,
I know.
I'm you can attack him.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
good.
I
You're
will
good.
say this: my
Don't worry about
preference,
it.
my preference is Gears. There you go. Have a good day.
Oh! Wherever
I
they
mean,
put
the
Gears
Bruno
on, he
Mars.
will be
Your
there.
preference is Dragon Souls to hell, Crispy.
Oh wow! I think. Oh no!
Hey, baby.
Whoa! I can actually see that. Yo, shout out to
I can
Sean.
actually see that.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean Murray hitting up that super chat one more time, and he said basically, I need an external SSD like he has on his One X, and I'm pretty sure that definitely reduces load times, but it's not the velocity architecture, and it's not that SSD that's in the
Built in.
PS5. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
throwing that out there.
you gotta have it built into the console, not something that's external. Because I mean, granted, external it's gonna be faster, but internal it's gonna be way
the
more
games are
faster
gonna be
than
made to
something
Yeah,
that's
utilize
well,
all
I
that.
It's not
will
gonna
say
give you the
this.
benefits.
Actually,
give you
Series X has the higher. It has the NVMe, which is actually more proprietary than anybody else, and
Yeah.
they use it, and they're going to use it, and I'm going to tell you right now, with the software plus the architecture, which is actually widely used, it comes down to PC. Like, they don't care. They don't. And I'm not going to sit here and deny that they want to sell all their exclusives on one platform. They want to sell it on multiple platforms, and they don't care.
Well,
Yeah, they don't care where you play your games. They just want you to play the game.
All right, I just want to shout out Sir X-Man one more time. He said, Xbot, we can play golf on Saturdays now, brother. Yes, we can. Just let me know. And K-Mega has to as well. He still hasn't gone around in the golf club, man.
That's because K Mega plays good games. Just so.
Oh,
Jesus.
damn. All right,
Hey,
guys.
hey, bot! I got Golf with Friends downloaded. Let's go.
That's that putt-putt. That's that putt-putt. It's not golf. It's putt-putt. All right? But I do
putt-putt golf.
play
I like
that. You
putt-putt
can ask Flamish. I do play that. But let's get on to the next subject, because with what's going on with Halo, the question came out in the community, and it's a question that I think we should address here when it comes down to it, because with us being in uncharted waters, there's a lot of people out there now stating that Xbox should actually delay the release of the Series X and the Series S until Halo is ready. And we haven't heard from Pred in a while, so I'm going to run back to Pred on this one. I got to hear what Pred thinks on this. So Pred, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Why or why not, bro? Are you here, Pred? You might be muted.
I was muted. I was chewing ice.
I picked
He's
the
trying to
perfect
calm
time
down
to
off
call
of
Pred.
that.
Calm down. Whoa!
He's trying to calm down off that Molly high. He just running around with that nigga.
Oh man. Oh shit. A delay for the Series X.
Dude,
Jesus
it's going around social media. It's going around the gaming community, man.
There is no fucking possible way they can do that. It doesn't even matter what they launch with, what PlayStation launches with. The fact that they've been touting this console for so long, since what was the Game Awards show? Was that January or February? Right?
The Video Game Awards was December.
It was
Late December.
12th.
Yeah, December.
Oh,
Is that
mid-December.
when they launched, when they came out with the little graphic or whatever on the show? Was that
That's
the
when
Game
they
Awards?
revealed the Series X.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
like
Hellblade.
You can't put the head in like that and then pull it out. Like, people are expecting a console now. Like, they're already hyped up for it. You got companies praising it, getting ready to, they can't do that. That would be like
why can't you just put this tip in, bro? Come on.
No, because that's what gets people divorced. So like, I don't smoke.
Salute, bro.
So like, you if you're gonna talk about it, be about it. Like, and like, you can't be like, oh yeah, we got this awesome console that's like better than anything out right now, and can marvel most people's PCs. But we're gonna wait till 2021 to launch it. We'll let our competition launch their consoles. Like, no, that's not gonna work. So like, that's just bullshit talk. They're gonna launch the console when they're planning to launch the console. Like, they're just like, fuck it, we don't have any games to release. We're gonna put it out there any fucking way. So let them release it. I mean, like, it's the I guess it's like, look at how they've done the marketing, how they kind of changed it up with the whole 2020 vision thing they had going, and now they changed it to what the fuck did they say? 100 something games now are ready for the Xbox Series X launch or whatever. So like, they changed their marketing like that on the fly, like in the last couple of days. Like, they've basically just, they're not gonna not release this console over the holidays.
But do you think it would be a good idea or not? No.
That would destroy them right now. It's bad enough Halo's not launching. It's bad enough that they're behind in the. And even again, I don't really get into the console war stuff, but like, people tout sales, and me, I've always said the metric is money. But people tout sales. And so the PlayStation's been selling more than them, obviously. The Switch is selling more than them right now. And for them to not come out with a console after hyping this shit up for a year, damn near 8-9 months, and then be like, oh, we're gonna push the console back. That's not a good look. It's just going to be a PR nightmare for them.
All right.
They have to release this console now. They don't have any options right now.
I definitely agree with you on that, and I think there are some people out there, and I'm not saying all people who are saying this, but there are some people out there who want to see that kind of like destruction of the gaming platform and stuff like that, and I think they're out there trying to say this as well, knowing or believing exactly what you said, Pred, and I'm with you on that. They're gonna have to put it out. I hear a lot of people saying, well, they gotta try to make some type of deals or something like that when it comes to second party, some type of exclusive content. I hear people saying that, Microsoft, Xbox division, they gotta kind of open their wallets wider and get more exclusive content for the release of the system.
It's too late for that. They should have had a backup.
That's what I'm saying. That too. It is definitely too late. We're rolling with what is coming out.
What
basically,
got, man. They roll with what they got, bro. So this still, like, what you've seen is what you're gonna get. And so I gotta ask this question because I've been out of the loop, but like, PlayStation's event they had the other day, was that their August event? Or is that just like they got something else coming out?
No, that was a state of play.
Okay,
yeah.
So
that was just an extra.
Okay, so just making sure before I say what I gotta say. So Microsoft still has their event coming. I thought I heard it got pushed back a little bit from what they were planning on doing till September, because I thought they were initially going to do it in August.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
No, me too.
I saw that on some Japanese stuff.
I've heard Gamescom, so I don't know the exact window for that.
End of August.
I believe it's end of August.
Yeah, I've been hearing September, but that's just like me reading the tea leaves and seeing stuff on other channels, and
tea
other
leaves
languages and shit. Like, but I'm hearing September now because of the whole Halo thing. They pushed it back about a week or two, so that's just what I heard. That may be completely wrong, but we still have that event. Whenever that event's going to happen, we still have that event's going to happen. So I hope that they come out and they wow us with something, like whether it's like I don't know what would wow us, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if it'd be a studio person.
Anime is killing it in the chat right now. Anime Heaven, he said Xbox will undercut PS5 by a good amount now.
I've heard that too. But
do you see something like that happening to kind of make it more
they're gonna have to do a complete wow factor right now because of like, and I put this on Twitter too. Like, you know, when I got in trouble as a kid, my mom, my dad, they beat my ass, you know, spanked the shit out of me or whatever because I've been a dumbass, whatever. You know, this is back when you could spank kids. And, you know, after the fact, after they let me go to my room and suck it up, you know, they come in there and they fucking hug me. You know, like they like, okay. I don't have my hug right now from Microsoft
Yo,
right now.
Microsoft, where's Fred's hug, yo? Come on.
Like they keep taking shit away from us, but they're not coming back and giving us something positive. And so, like, I need that positive reinforcement from Microsoft, and hopefully, whatever this event is, that's something positive. Like, it's got to be, like, you know. And I joked about this before, but if you're gonna take away something from us, give us something to replace it with. You know, like you're gonna. Like when Cyberpunk got delayed, because that was my game, I was ready for it, right? Cyberpunk got delayed. I'm like, dude, at least show us some new gameplay footage, right? Like they could have done that with Halo. Show us some new gameplay. Show us something. Like give us a multiplayer beta date or something like that. Even though the game's not coming out, let us fucking play with it for a little bit.
Yo, that's another thing when it comes to Halo. That the whole flight thing with the multiplayer and stuff like that could be back on the table now. If it's going to be a later 2021 release. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm hoping this August event, they come out with something a little bit more shocking than this Halo stuff, you know, like give us something back. You like say, hey, look, we know we took this away from you, but here is a beta. Here is a new game you guys have never heard of before. Here is a new franchise. Like, here's some more gameplay footage. Like, throw us a bone, like something. Like, like don't just fucking leave us here with our dick in our hands. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we also buy this console, but you're not really showing us any reason to do it. They have to give us some reason to buy this console at launch besides a delay.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
That's how I feel. So,
nice.
Yeah, they can't. They're gonna launch the console though. In the story, they have to. They don't have any choice right now. If they delay this console, it's gonna be a PR nightmare.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. But let's go to Crispy real quick on this. Crispy, like I said, social media people out there saying, you know, if Halo's not coming out, maybe Xbox should delay the Series X and the Series S. What do you think, man? Do you think they should or no?
Absolutely not, dude. No way. You have to realize that the Series X, because we haven't seen the Series S. Series S is only in.
We saw the controller that will work with it.
Yeah. Well, do you know what the power is in that? I don't.
No, not yet. They haven't officially like revealed it yet. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And that's a beautiful thing. Like, I almost feel like that was a truly controlled thing. Like they were like, you know what? People keep talking about it. Yeah, it's there. But the point is that the Series X is far and away more powerful than the PlayStation 5. Either of them. Put them both into the same boat because it's just digital, or you can put a game in it. Woo! Big deal nowadays.
I'm gonna grab that woo from this show. I'm gonna use it. Woo!
but in all seriousness, dude, when
Jesse.
you have not shown me a 60 FPS game, you're saying Miles Morales will run at 60 FPS. Great.
Hold on.
Nobody's shown us anything.
Hold on,
Neither
I gotta
of
say
them
something.
have shown us.
I gotta say something with the whole Miles Morales thing. Like, I've seen people out there championing it. I saw the new screenshots today, and I'm not saying this because of the Halo stuff. You can ask the guys on the panel. You can go into previous shows on this channel and other podcasts that I've been on. Basically, Insomniac came out and basically said that they're using the Spider-Man PS4 assets, and they're upgrading them there. But at the core, Miles Morales is a PS4 game with PS5 features built into it.
Doesn't that look like a PS4 game?
Yeah, I'm saying like, and people
I'm
are
excited for it, but it looks like a PS4 game, doesn't
thank
it?
you, but with ray tracing and stuff, which I'm not saying
Yeah,
that it
certain
doesn't look bad, but you
Yeah.
know, if everybody wants to quote unquote call a spade here, like this is what it is. Like that's exactly what that game is. All right, whether you're excited for it or not, and I think they are doing a good job in upgrading those assets. But at the end of the day, it is at its core a PS4 game.
It was
you know what
probably
I
something
say?
that should have been on PS4, and then they were like, "Wait, PS5, we got PS5 coming, so we should put it
Well,
on
and
PS5."
they lost Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. They're trying to push it back. They're like,
Sir X-Man hit up the super chat and said that they canceled Gamescom months ago, but I think in terms
no,
of
it's
like
virtual.
digital showings, I think they're still going to have digital kind of like presentations from gaming companies or whatnot. And hold on real quick, let me see the name of this. Arigato Sir hitting up that super chat. First time I've seen that name, I believe, in the super chat. Thank you for the support. On Dealer's podcast, a developer said that he's heard that 343 has been having a lot of development issues, one being the switching of engines. Okay. And again, you know, when it comes down to it, that is a developer. I don't believe it's a developer that works at 343 as well. So here on next podcast, we will still list that under rumor. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody in the industry that's saying that, but I'm not going to commit to it and say that's an absolute fact. That's all I'm saying about that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a person heard from another person, and then this guy's
And-
reiterating what he heard.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah,
And
so,
also,
you know, it's that
also
telephone.
normally when you hear something like that, it's always like over years, and we didn't hear anything till the gameplay was shown. So
Right.
I don't believe it.
I got you.
Why
And
the
that's
hell
what-
y'all cut me off? What the hell?
We didn't.
Fuck
We
you,
didn't have
Crispy.
to. We didn't have to, Crispy. We didn't have
and the
to.
horse you rid on.
All right, Crispy. The
The
floor
horse-
is yours, man. What's
the,
good?
The horse I rid on is the fact that, you know, Xbox continues to push 120 frames per second on multiple first party. What is PlayStation doing on first party?
Like
even
I said, they
later
have two
games.
games.
Even later games.
Well, Horizon 2 down the line.
No.
You said
I'm talking
later
about
games.
later games. Later games, because Horizon 2, did we have a launch date?
No,
When's it coming out?
actually, I don't even think we had any launch dates for any of those games
No, we
except
didn't
for
even
Miles
know.
Morales.
The game that is next gen is the Medium, which is hilarious. The Medium looks like it is next gen. It was going back and forth. It looked incredible. It reminded me of like Prince of Persia, Warrior Within.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game.
You can
Why
go
is that
back and forth
hilarious?
between time, but it's simultaneously. That's what it said on the screen.
Well,
Simultaneously.
it's simultaneously constructed. So when you're in one world, the other world's already there. Like you're walking through it, and then when you switch, it's instantaneous. So it's basically running two games at the same time.
But you
is
know
what's
what?
going
You know
on.
what? This is what I'm saying. Xbox right now, because Halo has been delayed, which you can sit here and say it's BS, it's horrible. You know what? Everybody
I'm not
wants to play
happy.
Halo. Everybody wants to play Halo. If they don't, well, then you're not a true gamer. But I've watched people that want to play Halo, want to play the new Halo, especially if they played the old Halos. And you want to play the new Halo, and they're not giving it to you. You're mad. Of course. Easy peasy. Okay? But at the end of the day, they have an engine that they own. Microsoft owns Slipspace. Okay? They own all of that proprietary everything. All the technology, everything. And they probably screwed up. I mean, most people are in one camp or the other. Like, oh, it looked great, but it
Well,
had
obviously
problems.
something happened,
Well-
man. You know what I'm saying in terms
Well, I
of
think
like,
it's-
screwing
you know,
up.
I think
one
it's
hand or
fucked
the
up.
other.
I think it's fucked up that Halo 5 looks better than what
You're
they
watching this
chose
gameplay
for
right
the-
now, right? You're
Yeah,
like,
dude,
oh.
it looks.
Well, I
it looks.
said that.
It looks fantastic. like how they screwed up so bad. But you got to look at it this way: this is a new engine, and that's probably why they probably still have to work out some kinks in that
It's
engine.
the old aesthetic, man. It's not the engine. Because if
Thank
they,
you,
if
You think
they
so?
use, I know so. I know so because if they went with the Halo 5 armor, the
Mhm.
look, had Chief had his armor from Halo 5 and all of that, that game would look twice as better than Halo 5. It's just because they wanted to take it back to the older style. And then of course, and some
That's
of the
their
fact
fuck
of
up.
it too is the engine, but it's not. But it's more so it's because of that old ass aesthetic. Because it's old and it's going to continue to keep looking old. And they got to. I don't know how they're going to fix
So,
that.
so what you're saying is that
Also-
the old community fucked it up for everybody else.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
No, not only that, I have to like when you look, it's also a demo, and when you look at demos in the past, like Doom Eternal or Doom 2016, God of War 3, there's many different demo, Gears 4 as well. They always looked worse than the product actually was in real because they
Well, that part's
crafted
true.
the demo.
But we
Yeah.
were in a
Um,
pandemic, though. Just have to realize that.
Don't bring
We-
the pandy into this. It
Thank
isn't
you!
even about the
Woo!
pandy.
Thank
Flamish,
you.
you can't
yeah!
bring
Thank you,
that
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that's
it-
what. Thank you. Thank you.
Nobody wants to bring that pandemic up. Oh,
No,
for
we
the love
can't-
of
it
God.
hasn't.
We
Because
can't-
you can
we
work
can't
from
anymore.
pandemic about
dude.
it.
We
What I
can't
was
anymore.
saying,
Last of Us Part
that's
2 came out. We
demos-
can't talk about
demos-
the pandemic anymore.
Demos in general are always worse than what the product is at launch. Just because they're building a demo, they don't put all the real time, all the real assets.
Then
in.
it
They
wouldn't have
just
been
make it
delayed, though.
playable because
Well-
it's for press normally.
Well, Flamish,
saying.
I
It
actually
wouldn't have been delayed.
Flamish, I actually want to ask you a question. Let me just hit the super chat real quick, and I'm gonna go to you, Flamish. Yo, shout out to Erodimus hitting up that super chat. He says the Spider-Man Miles Morales doesn't have real ray tracing, just reflections on the water puddles, but no shadow on the Miles from the truck light behind him. That's what you were trying to point out on Twitter, brother. I'm gonna go back and check that out. And again, when it comes to ray tracing, you can implement it in many different ways. You can do reflections in puddles and windows, but there's also ray tracing when it comes to shadows as well. It's definitely not full path tracing. If what you're saying is correct, and I definitely don't think that they're doing full path tracing in that, but that's really interesting. And thank you for hitting up that super chat and saying
That's
that.
a dope
because
ass name too. I like his name.
Do these people just sit like when they're playing games? Like I'm wondering. Like I'm not anything against him or anything like that, but I'm wondering like do people in the chat sit there and look at every aspect of the game when
Yes.
they're playing the game?
You know,
I don't.
It's funny,
I
Dark.
don't, but
Dark.
some
It's
do.
funny you say that because while recording this gameplay for the show tonight, there was a part where I zoomed in on, and it should be coming up. It's a part where I zoomed in with a sniper rifle to look across for enemies, and I did see some shadow shimmering coming off of a shadow that was placed by a tree. It was right next to a tree.
Did you notice that when you were playing the game, or did
Yes.
you notice that when you?
Yes.
Okay, you noticed that when you play the game, but did it bother you?
It did at that point in time, and then I realized I'm like, yo, we're looking at a game from like 2015 here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not gonna be, but in a brand new, if it was a brand new game on these new systems where they were talking all this power and they were talking about doing away with things like that, it would bother me a little bit, like when it comes to something like that, because I know. There's enough power underneath the hood of both of these systems to do away with shadow shimmering on surfaces. But that's just me. That's me being in the know when it comes to that type of stuff in development.
But if you weren't in the know, would you even notice?
No, I wouldn't have. No.
Let
There
me
you go.
add to that. there's also a photo mode for something like that. So I think more people will notice it because photo mode is getting like
Very
in
popular, yeah.
it's getting very popular. So people are actually looking at the little details from every texture and stuff. So they're gonna notice more stuff like this.
Yo, my bad. Just check this out. The thinker in the chat just said real quick, you have to bring up the pandemic. It's stopping their progress. And brother, I hear you on that. I kind of make it a joke because when The Last of Us Part 2 was delayed indefinitely without a date, we couldn't say anything about that. We couldn't question it at all. The community would light torches and grab their pitchforks because it was all about the pandemic. So I kind of use that as a joke. We can't talk about that anymore.
They grab their pitchforks even if you just say PlayStation sucks.
Yeah. But yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that
So
super
funny.
chat. He said, sorry about the false Battletoad alert, Xbot. Yo, brother, it was funny you did that, and I just kind of ran with it as a joke, but you got me to go to my Xbox and try to play that game because Sir X-Man told me it was playable already. So it's all good,
I know
brother.
you guys got me with that damn Tony Hawk demo. I was like, oh shit, that's today, and then it's like, no, it's tomorrow. I'm like,
Y'all got our
yeah,
moist
it's
over
tomorrow
there.
the 14th.
Yeah.
It's actually for me today. Haha.
Ooh,
well, that's 'cause you're like,
moving to
you're like
I'm
you're like
moving to
50 hours
Belgium.
ahead of us.
I'm
That's
moving to
why.
Belgium. That's it. Yo, Flamish, I am. Me and the family are moving in. Okay, we'll get everything early.
I do have enough rooms.
Oh, there we go. There we go. See, I'll let the lady know we're moving to Belgium. But yo,
The
Flamish.
only we're gonna have to deal with is like 27 kids there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, they'll help with the dishes, man. It's all good. Yo, Flamish, I gotta ask you though. Again, I know you've seen it. You're out there on social media. You're talking to the gaming community, man. Again, awesome job being out there and really getting into conversations with the community. I think that's something that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people really do need to do. And I know you saw people saying that they should delay the Series X and the Series S. What do you think, Flamish?
Okay, so first of all, I put a few notes down because I didn't want to forget most of what I was going to say.
You hear that,
So-
panel? You hear that? Dedication right there, panel. You hear
Shut
it?
up, bot.
Yeah, no, so first of all, what I was thinking, they're not gonna delay the console in the first place. Phil said already a couple of months ago that even if Halo got delayed, they're still gonna release the console on time. I mean,
Yes.
it's marketed that way. Also, it's the console itself, why I'm buying the console, not the games in general. What the console can do, like the low load times, there's a lot of stuff in the console itself that makes it very valuable to have. And I
You
do
hear
wanna
that, Pred?
bitch a little-
You hear that, Pred?
Yeah,
What do you say?
He said that the hardware makes it viable to purchase day one anyway. All right, for what the features that are coming with the console.
I have hardware. It's in a PC.
Okay. Go ahead, Flamish.
okay, so first of all, your PC will not be as powerful as a
Oh!
Xbox Series X.
My PC
Just
is
saying.
powerful, seriously. That's why I bought it.
Not with the 9.9. But okay.
Damn.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, I will get to you in the DMs, man.
Oh,
We'll talk about
no.
it.
It's on now.
No, but
It's all about Donkey Kong.
no, for me, the Xbox Series X is a day one purchase, and actually, I do think that people bitch a little bit too much about the price. They know how much it's gonna cost overall. It's gonna cost around the $500 mark, so everybody knows how much it is, and you already have the money like on your account, so it doesn't matter if we don't know the price yet. Okay, we don't know the release date, but we don't know the general release date. I mean, it's somewhere about the beginning of November for Xbox, and
Phil
somewhere
Spencer did say
maybe-
November on that Nintendo show he was on, I believe. Like, so he kind of let
Yeah.
the month slip out of there.
Yeah, and then we know PlayStation is around the same time. I mean, it's not gonna lag behind the the Xbox for a long time. They're not gonna allow that. So if you are smart enough, you know what's going to happen anyway, and you know how much the price is. So you can say at that time, that's when I need to have my vacation, if you really want that. And then, yeah, I think we're just a little bit too spoiled on that front, because we didn't do that like some time ago, like a couple of years ago. I didn't think we were bitching this much about price and release dates and stuff.
Yo, Flamish, the more and more I talk to you, the more and more we game together, the more and more I like you, brother. He's like, yo, we're just bitching too much. Absolutely love that. K Mega, what do you think, man? When it comes to the Series X being delayed, or did I go to you first? I don't remember now.
You went to Fred. Come on now, don't be that white boy that say.
Oh, damn! No, it's not even about that. It's not even about that.
Don't be that white boy. Don't be that white boy.
Dude, why you swing? Why you gotta turn it left?
Why? Don't do
that. Guys,
why
he gotta turn it left?
I sound so much sexier than K Mega.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know.
Dude, I was thinking before Predator.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But nah, K Mega, on the real, man. Give us...
I know, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we both bushy. You know what I'm saying? We both bushy brothers, man.
Yo, chat, you notice they're not letting me move forward now. They're just going to hang on this real quick.
Like, yeah. We're going to let this slide.
Please continue with K Mega.
I'm sorry. I mean,
guys, I'm done. And I am retiring.
I'm sorry for my professionalism. It's just not, I'm sorry. I did not mean that. I mean,
please continue.
All right,
please.
K Mega.
Grey Dupont. Fred, would you mind passing the Grey Dupont?
Oh my goodness. Yo, Flamish,
right,
I apologize for my panel.
I knew you had money, Mega, but I didn't know you had that kind of money.
Yeah, he has mega money.
Great Poupon money.
He's got mega money.
I only got mustard that the water come out of.
Oh,
man. Yo, should they delay the Series X?
You gotta shake it up.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, you gotta shake that shit up first. Yeah, you gotta put a.
I got a bottle of that in the refrigerator right now, bro.
That's the type of money I'm working with right now. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead. All right.
But yo, should they delay the Series X and S, like some people are saying out there on social media? To me, it seems like it's gaining kind of like a following, but I'm not sure if I want to listen to the people that are saying that it should happen, man. What do you think? Should they or not?
No. This is the thing here, man. It is problematic for the fact that what Fred said earlier was that the Xbox didn't seem to have a B option, and maybe that option would have been the acquirement of WB games if if it wasn't for the TikTok situation. Maybe that could have been the B moment. But no, overall from what we're seeing, we don't think that the strategy looked like it got hit, because Halo itself is bigger than any game that PlayStation was going to come out with. So yeah, but the console itself is worth buying. And every other option that the Series X is going to have is worth buying and not delaying. I mean, when you have the smart delivery, even though people are now trying to muddy that up and trying to get people confused about that situation, and especially with the Halo, and then I posted something about Forza. What about the whole smart delivery? Games being consoles, nobody being left behind aspect, all that other stuff, right? You still have Game Pass. You still have backwards compatibility. You still have all these other great titles that's going to be coming out, and those are winning tickets. The one thing that Xbox needs to do is approach this with hellfire. Like, you don't have that killer game or that killer app to tantalize people with Halo, but you better do something else. I mean, I was talking about that in the stream the other day with my boy Thomas Franks, and it's one of those things where you got to undercut, and you got to be malicious. There can't be no kumbaya moments in this. But delaying it they would crucify themselves. That would be it. I think that would be Pred would be completely done. I think that would be a completely done moment for Pred. I think that would be a completely done moment for everybody else. I would have to question other people. I would have to question Phil's thought and logic
Mhm.
behind it. I would have to question everything about Xbox at that point if they delayed it because of one game when that console is bigger than Halo itself because of all of the enhancements that it has. So I agree with our guests on that aspect. All saying the load times is more powerful. Hell, I'm that new dashboard that's already on that's out now. If they change that dashboard to the store to what the new store dashboard looks like now. My God, you're talking about one of the best, if not the best, UIs that I've ever seen in gaming history. That shit is amazing. But have you got that yet? Have you seen
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah.
My God, that thing is
It's
amazing.
really
And
it's really quick. It's really
it's
quick.
really, but other than that, it's just smooth. It's high tech. It's that, and if they can somehow implement that in somewhat to the Xbox game dashboard, oh my God, you're talking about fantastic.
Dude, I
So
still
there's
miss the original Xbox One dashboard with the big tile in
the
the
Windows
middle.
8 stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
bro, come on, don't do that.
I
Don't
do,
do that.
I do like
Don't do
I
that.
like the look
It was
of
awful.
it, man.
It was awful. It was
Sir,
awful.
sir, I am allowed to have an opinion. Thank you very much.
And I'm gonna.
Your
And
opinion is
hey,
wrong.
yes, right. Your opinion, you can have your opinion, but if you're wrong, you're
Your
wrong.
opinion's wrong.
But no, I mean, look, it's there's so much about this console that's going to already that's already worth the purchase. And I'm sure that a PlayStation fan would tell you the same thing if Spider-Man got delayed. There would be so many other things about that PlayStation Pro, or I'll say PlayStation Pro, the PlayStation 5. It's the Pro because of what we found out. But regardless,
Oh,
but it's still to them it's going to be, man, it's new, it's fresh, it's brand, it's just time to kick out the old shit and get the new stuff. The Series X should be fine. That they delay that. You're gonna see me make videos talking about how foolish Xbox was on
oh
that.
shit! Now
on
I
that
want
issue.
them to delay it. I just want to see
No,
those videos.
no,
bro.
I will go ham. I would go ham on their ass. Like, what are you doing? And if people out there don't know, ham is harder than motherfucker. But that's. But I would go. I would be like, what's wrong with you? Like you tout this console, and then all of a sudden, because of Halo, then again, what will happen? What this means is that who's ever in charge would be so weak-minded to let the stands make you make that decision, because there's weak-minded people that let stands confuse them. Then that means that you're just as bad as them. That's ridiculous. No, don't do it. Don't do it. And I don't see them doing it.
Okay.
It's just all you think that you have to do though is that you got to come ferocious. You cannot be cute with it this time. They've been smart about everything they've done. They've had a couple of missteps. Of course, yeah, the whole Halo situation is not cool. But the whole thing about this is that when this show comes, then they have to at this point, they have to show all the cards. They give us the price, tell us the date, and then drop us with a dope ass nugget. And the only thing that I could think of is if they have a second party deal for some exclusive rights, or if they get that one studio or studios that would make people say, well, shit, I'm finna get that Xbox. I'm gonna get that Xbox. May not be day one, but I'm damn sure gonna get that Xbox first before I get a PlayStation. So they got to be malicious about what they're doing, and undercutting Sony by any means necessary. I'm on my Malcolm X shit here. You will still dominate, because that's what's all come down to. It's about the money, and it's about the features that you have within that console that decimates anything that PlayStation brings, in my opinion. So there I go.
I do feel that, when it comes to the announcement of Halo, that mind share that they have been building up did take a hit.
I'm sure that
it definitely took a hit, but that's what they're about right now. They're about, bringing forth pro-consumer features with the Game Pass and everything like that. You got Epic going to war with Apple right now, and Microsoft just sitting back on the side, just waiting to see what comes of it. So this way, whether or not Game Pass is really gonna fly.
Well, and you got xCloud too. I forgot to mention that. So yeah,
So they're sitting back watching
all
that.
these other things, right? They got all different types. They got all the reasons for. They have everything else that's ready for the consumer to just jump on. I mean, if you got a cheaper console and then you got a cheaper console with Game Pass and all of these games available, which are new games that's going to be available for them, plus their old library if they were old Xbox owners, then I mean that's going to take people over until when you start bringing out those Xbox.
It's going to be
Not
really.
to mention they just sucked off Samsung to sell these phones.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
true.
Fred,
So,
if this is
yeah.
you on Thursday, I fucking love
Thursday
it, man.
Fred is wild, boy.
Wow.
I don't know what happened between. It looked like Crispy and Fred just kind of flipped. I don't know what's going on, man. Crispy's more subdued. He's calm, But here we go. I don't know.
But yo, check this out real quick, yo. Shout out to Dirk Griggity for hitting up that super chat. What is up, my brother? And that's pretty much what he just said. What up, my brothers? Bro, we got to get you back on this show. We got to get you back on the show, man. Let me know if you have Thursdays open. I would love to have you back on here. And Sir X-Man, one more time. Yo, K-Mega, can you see Sir X-Man super chat or not?
All right, hold on. Let me.
Can you see? I would love for you to read that real quick.
Woof. Only thing I see really is I see Flamish tagging K Mega with hand claps because he agreed with me.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
God!
playing.
No,
No.
right
Xbox.
there.
No. He said. Sir X-Man with the chat. He said Xbox lives matter.
Oh, Xbox life. That's my life. My life matters, bro. That's what he's trying to say.
I don't know, man.
That's what he's trying to say right there, yeah. But
Yeah.
There's another one from Sir X-Man too.
There is? Can you read it for me?
We all agree. We all love the snap feature.
Yeah, I love the snap feature. I love the snap feature.
Oh my goodness. Yo, Sir X-Man, I feel for you, bro. He's been talking snap since I met him, man. Like since I first met him.
Man. He's an old crippled man.
Yeah.
Hold on. I love the snap feature, man. I mean, watching my Rachel Maddow while watching sports while playing the game.
You're an old
That's why you
crippled
like
man.
that.
You know what? I think I am. You're right.
Oh.
You're right. I think you're right.
Okay, can someone explain to me what the snap feature was, because I've never seen it?
Okay, so
Oh, that was before the 1X.
yeah, it
I
was.
myself why
Thank
he's
you.
a retro renegade.
It's a picture in picture. It was a picture in picture that came out at launch. I think it stayed for around 2 years of 2 years before it went out. And then so what you could do is that when you could pop up anything from your television, or for even if you was playing the PlayStation, people had it with, like, if they wanted to play one game, and then they had on one screen it was a little tiny screen, and then on the other screen it was the main thing to where you were still tied into your game. But for me, what I would do is I would watch my politics shows, or I'll be watching sports, and if something was really interesting going on let's say sports, like there was a big play going on, then I could switch over and put that little screen into the big screen and watch that while the game is still
All while he was playing the game.
Yeah, all while the game. Yeah, while I'm still in the game, but I could just pause
It's
the game
almost
and
like
just
a
go from
picture
there.
in picture,
It
but
was
like
picture
the
in
It was a picture,
yeah.
yeah, but the
For me,
That
that
was
would be
really
handy
dope.
for one thing that I would use it, and that just from when I need a guide for a certain game because I can't finish a puzzle or something.
People used it for that too.
you got that
people
right,
use-
Daz. You got that
You
right. Thank you,
can
bro.
snap YouTube, I believe, on there. Like
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
So like
Yeah, right.
strategy videos, stuff like that. Like
to
if you're
find where
playing
they were
the-
looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really
With
cool
the ultimate-
feature.
Yeah, I was watching Pornhub all the time.
Sounds about right.
yeah. Yo, Dark, did
I
you
thought
get
you were
to,
stuck in your MySpace, but
Dark? Did you
Fred,
get to
is that
chime
why
in
you
on
don't
this,
like
man?
crack?
This whole conversation's been,
I didn't chime in.
Well, then
about
you
the-
you can chime in now, and you can bring us like you'll get us into our outros after you speak on this. Do you think the Series X and the Series S, because I know Microsoft hasn't revealed it yet, but we all know that it's coming, aka Project Lockhart. But do you think these systems should be delayed until Halo is ready to go as well?
No. Anybody who said that is. I can see.
Christopher
I
Hart
can-
would say.
I can see why people would say it, but here's the thing. That shows to the consumer and to everybody that they have no confidence in this console unless Halo is being basically being played
Dark,
on
can
it.
you see that
That's
super
what it
chat
shows.
right now? Can you see that
No, I
super
can't
chat?
see it.
Damn
can't
it! Why
see it.
can't you see it, dude? You need to start watching. But
He's
anyway,
lazy, man.
yo, just real quick.
The reason
friend-
why I can't see it because I'll start botting if I start watching YouTube.
Oh, that makes sense, and I appreciate
Yes,
the
internet,
clarity.
you got it, man.
But real quick, yo, friendly neighborhood blue
Shut
shell,
up, Fred.
brother. Again, I appreciate the super chat. I just can't believe what you put in here. He says, I agree with K Mega. I am only sad that I can't play as an elite in banished armor and do unspeakable things to Xbot 448, and especially K Mega's Lock Spartan in 2020. Xbox can just go $400 and watch the gaming world burn. Oh, damn. But why do you want to do unspeakable things to me, bro? Yo, I got nothing but love for you, Blue Shell, man. I don't know.
You know,
Go ahead, Dark.
and to get back to it, I think Xbox has to already come out with their console. I think they have to, say, yep, this is coming out this year. I mean, everybody's been pointing at it. I mean, they even have said it that they're coming out this year. You know, even PlayStation is saying that they're coming out this year. Even if PlayStation did this, I think it would be the same thing. It would be like, oh, well, they don't have any confidence in the console then at that point. That's literally what it looks like to the majority of consumers. Oh, you don't have any confidence in this console if you're just going to put it out.
That's
when
a great
Halo
point
comes
that
out.
nobody else brought up, man. I appreciate you for that, yo.
Yeah, and I think Xbox and PlayStation, they're going to go head to head this fall, this winter, fall/winter, I guess,
Holiday
kinda-
season, we'll just say that.
holiday season. They're gonna go head to head, and it's gonna be really. I think it's really gonna come down to for a lot of people, it's gonna come down to the games. For others, it's gonna come down to features and what one console has over the other. And it's also gonna come down to pricing.
I was gonna say, if you leave price out of it, man, yeah.
Pricing is going to be the huge thing because for us hardcore gamers, pricing might not matter as much, but for the more of the casual market, like moms and dads who buy consoles for their kids for Christmas or whatever, they're really going to be looking at like which one's the cheapest one to buy.
Mhm.
And it honestly, it looks like it might be PlayStation, but then it also might be Xbox, so it's like it's really up in the air right now until we get the reveal of the S and we get the pricing.
Dude, I 100% agree with you. When it comes down to it, you were talking holiday season. You have kids clamoring for a new console and whatnot. But once they reveal the Series S and they put that out there, if it's at a really low price point, it is going to make it attractive for people who wouldn't normally buy in day one on a new generation console. If they hit the right price point on that, then people are going to be like, you know what, screw it, I might as well get this like right off the rip. Yeah,
even if they can get that price point down to almost what Nintendo Switch came out at, that would be even a
what, 300?
bonus.
Was that 300?
I think that was 300.
300.
So if they can get it to that would be insane. It would definitely.
Some rumors are saying 199 for the Series S. Man, that would be.
Then gangbusters. People are going to be out there buying that console day one. Guaranteed.
But that will be without the controller, right?
No. Well, that will be out.
We don't know yet.
The
man.
enhanced version of Control, if you know.
We don't necessarily know that. Again, rumors wise, rumors
Yeah,
are
still
definitely
rumor,
swirling.
but let's just mill it up, right? So maybe it comes with a little bit extra for $300 and then $200 version, like they are saying. Maybe that's without control.
And again, with the backwards compatibility with hardware, if somebody decides that they are going to go that route, they can get like a pre-owned, Xbox One controller and download the firmware update for the lower latency and all that good stuff, and still be ready to play.
I think
Yeah.
I think the Xbox One S is going to be like $200 cheaper than the Series X. That's what I think. I think that it's not going to be like $100 difference. I think it's going to be like a $200 difference.
Now you meant
And
Series S?
As
On-
a Series S, because the Series
Okay.
S will be like a smaller, more compact console with lesser things than the
If they
X
do
has
that,
in
then
it.
we are looking at 199. Like I really think they're gonna try to come in at like $400 for the Series X, and if that happens, you say $200 cheaper, then we are looking at the $200 spec for the Series
Yeah.
S. That would be
I still say
insane.
5.3.
I
5.30?
actually don't agree
What's
because
the,
that it
what's
will be
the-
a small box.
What's the 1S going for right now?
249.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
So it'll probably be like 3.
They can
Yeah,
drop.
that's
They
what I'm
can
saying.
drop that for the holiday season. Holiday season hasn't kicked off yet, man, and they could drop that. Down below 200. I can see it happening, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see the 1S being like $100 at
150
Holiday.
maybe.
$100 probably.
Also,
That'd be
I do want to
crazy.
say when you look
If
at
they
the
drop
booklet,
the Series X because of Halo not being there, and they don't have anything to really compensate for it, $100 from 5 to 4, and then you got the Series, you got the they can still make up for it by still keeping it just $100 less, not 200. But if they drop 200 like you thinking, Otter, yeah, man, that like I said, that's gonna win the day over right there.
Yeah.
Because it don't ain't gonna matter that Halo's there or not, because they undercut themselves, but they'll get it back. I
Right.
guarantee you when Halo comes out, when Halo drops the
And
year
the
after.
other games too.
Yeah,
And other
and then
I
other
can't
games
wait
that's
to
gonna
see
be
what
there.
they're gonna do with the game. Like I'm disappointed that it's not coming out, but with having an extra year, they can really go in and they can really rework a lot of things in that game. That's anywhere between a third to like 25% of a typical game's development right there. 1 year, as opposed to like 3 or
Let me
4.
ask a question real quick. When does everybody that upgraded to the from the Game Pass, that extra, $1 thing, when does that expire for everybody?
2022.
Yeah, 2022.
November.
Yeah. So, and then there's another thing. Let me give a big shout out to my boy Jazzy Noob. He this is why third party is I mean, third party is always winning because it's just third party. But at the third party showcase, remember what Xbox showed? They showed Bright Memory, Dirt 5, Scorn, Corvus, Madden 21. They showed the Vampire Bloodlines
Which
game, but
is
that's got
delayed.
delayed. They
Yeah.
got Call of the Sea, the Ascent, Medium, Scarlet Nexus, second extension, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Those games are still going to come. There's none of those games that got delayed except for one.
That's not bad.
And then again, he also put out the first party titles, which is Halo Infinite, which got delayed. State of Decay 3 is going to come at some point, which I think that's going to be after 2022.
Yeah.
Forza Motorsport, that's going to come out next year. Everwild's going to most likely come out next year. Tell Me Why is going to come
I
out
don't understand.
this year.
Forza
No,
Motorsport.
no.
Forza Motorsport. I don't understand why that's not a launch game, because one of the developers
Because they're
back
going to
in
go
like
really big on it.
well back
Really
in
big on it.
February already had a playable version of the game at his house. You said
But
it.
they're really reinventing this game. They're going to turn this game into a service.
I hear you.
Like,
I was disappointed it wasn't
they're
launched.
really
Giving it-
opening it up. Yeah,
But
go ahead.
check this out real quick.
Yeah.
Sir X-Man hit up the super chat just real quick. He said, remember you could have ESPN Sports Ticker on the Snap feature as well. That's what I like about Sir X-Man. He's not only a gamer, he's about the sports as
Yeah, that's what
well.
I'm saying. I was watching sports too. Okay, but let me finish this list and I'll let you ask me that question. Tell Me Why is coming out this year. Ori and the Wisp, they're getting the enhancements of that. The Outer Worlds. Grounded, Avowed's going to be coming. At Dust Falls, Hellblade 2, Psychonauts 2. The Destiny thing right there is, I think that we overlooked that.
Yes.
That's going to be crazy. Stalker 2, Hammer Dark Side, the Tetris Effect Connect, the Gunk. Medium again, and then Fantasy Star Online 20th anniversary. That's going to be huge too, because I don't know when that's going to come on PlayStation. And then you got Crossfire X and Fable, and then you got the upgrades to Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, and Forza Horizon 4. They got plenty of shit to be just coming, and that's going to be that's going to come soon, and what's going to come later. But everybody wants people to just keep thinking that because Halo got delayed, Xbox has nothing, and that right there is, and like I said, big shout out to you, Jazzy Noob. Just proved the point. Xbox got plenty, but they still have to be aggressive, and if they do it with the price point, they'll be all right.
Nice. Dude, that was impressive right there, K Mega. Shout out to Jazzy for that as well, man. Dude,
You think
huge.
you have any launch titles that they haven't discussed out? For this next
I don't
event?
think so. With how they switched up kind of like their marketing, and if you listen to them in terms of their advertisements now, with thousands of games that could be playable, they're really focusing on that more now. So I don't think there's a launch title that they haven't talked about yet, but I think they're gonna be showing things from the studios that they haven't showed anything from yet. At least a couple of those, and I think those are going to be surprises. Within the reveal of the Lockhart, which is kind of like their worst kept secret now. It's almost as bad as Fable before they announced Fable. We're getting to that point when it comes to the Lockhart being as bad of a secret as they're working on Fable.
I want to actually make a bet here. So I think with their September show, because it's gonna be delayed, Shinobi's actually saying that. So I think Pred or Kemega, I don't know who was exactly, but
that was Pred.
Yeah, he's right. So it is probably delayed till September. So I want to say that we're gonna see then the games from the new studios probably see running on the Series X, because they're probably closer than we think.
Dude, I would say if that's the case, if they're finally going to show games running on the Series X, it's about damn time, man. That's all.
Yes.
That's all I gotta say when it comes to that. But guys,
I think
great.
also because Halo got delayed, that's why.
Well, I
it's
think
later.
I think they should have at least shown them running on the dev kits sooner. Just put it. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. When it comes down to it, I'm one of those people. I don't think everything Xbox does is the greatest. And when they do things that I'm like, I scratch my head with, I say it. I'm not an apologist. I'm not anything like that. I'm a gamer who, yes, I prefer the Xbox platform to play on. But, you got to call things out when you see them, man, as well. And I think everybody on this panel, including our special guests, we do that exact thing. But on that note, guys, we got to wind it down, man. We're going to get close to record times here if we keep talking. We covered a couple topics today. I feel like there were important topics within the community. It is the things that, a lot of people are definitely talking about in terms of gaming news right now. Real quick, I want to shout out Flamish, man. Dude, it was an absolute blast having you on. For people who don't know, he is a retro renegade. I said he is an up and comer on YouTube as well. He has his own YouTube channel. Flamish, it's been a blast having you on. Again, last minute, but your tenacity, man, I gotta respect it. It's something that I did when it came to Mooch and Crossfire, and I love seeing. I love seeing, I don't want to say that passion, because I called passion out. I love seeing that dedication, man, that tenacity to get out there and to get in front of people and to talk games. You have an opinion. You're not afraid to share it, man. I absolutely love it. It's your first time on the show. Hopefully it won't be your last. I will definitely, if you're down, I'll definitely have you on again. But, we are getting into the outro, so you got to let people know, the other shows you're on, about your YouTube channel, about your social media as well, where people can go and talk games with you, brother.
Okay, so first of all, my Twitter is hard to pronounce in English, so I'll probably type it when the rest is on their outro. So you can find me on Twitter. I'll be talking to you. Just send me a DM. I always respond to things I find necessary, like things that are wrong. People are saying wrong things. But mostly I just talk with happy thoughts. I'm like the positive gamer as well. Love to just inform people. and always say one thing, that's no you will always have, but a yes you can get. So I just try stuff, and sometimes I get a no, but mostly I get a yes. And this community is actually very positive and helpful so far, because I started in May and look where I am now. I'm on Xbox channel like 4 months in. So I'm like, wow.
Dude,
Also, you
that's
can find me
all
on,
because of you, bro. All because of you. Like I said, man. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, bro.
yeah, and you can find me on my own YouTube channel at Flemish. I do a Sunday podcast, non-topics, which we go over a lot of different stuff, from games till babies, it seems. Uh, and it can go for a long time. Me and Dreadpool and Removable Santi were talking for 5 hours last Sunday, so
See,
uh,
we
I
can't talk.
tried.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all broke the records, man. Y'all doing the best.
yeah, I tried to stop it multiple times. I even put up like a sign like, can I go to sleep now, because it
Yeah,
was
play that
5
Jeopardy
a.m.
music, man. Let's do it.
and it was and they were still talking. So yeah, and then I'm also starting a new channel called Daily Gaming Bites. And that's with Italian clowns. We're actually working together. We're gonna bring the latest news almost every day to you in non-bias. Just yeah, we think the media is a little bit too biased and go into one side. So we just want to be one of those channels that is just in the middle, neutral, unbiased, and that's what we're gonna do from next Tuesday probably. So yeah.
Nice, and I think that's a really ambitious start to that channel. And Flamish, I don't want to scare you, but I can see this like a natural evolution to like a 24/7 gaming news channel. I can almost see that if you guys work together and then possibly flesh it out and have other people joining that channel to do kind of like gaming news. I can almost see this like a 24/7 like gaming news channel, which could be incredible. But I think this is the start of something awesome between you and Clowns, man, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this kind of like blossom and bloom out there for everybody in the community, bro.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be something special. We're having a lot of different ideas going around, like community game clips, community questions, interviews, reviews. I do think we're gonna need a lot of more manpower if we're going that way. So,
Dude, I have gameplay
uh,
for days, so if you ever need clips, you know who to talk to, bro. That's all I gotta say, man.
that
But
would be awesome.
again, absolute pleasure, and I hope you had fun, man. That's the key thing, yo. Over here, we like to have fun. Of course, we talk about the gaming news, give our opinions and stuff. But I hope you had fun here, and if you are willing to, we would definitely love to have you on again, bro.
Yeah,
So
I would love to be back. So.
nice. So with that being said, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, the panel has to get their plugs in as well. And I am going to start with somebody who has been quiet for a while. My brother, Crispy. Of course, Crispy.
He's not here.
He's not here?
No.
See, that's
No,
why
he's not here.
I don't look at the hangout. Okay. Well, Crispy is on multiple shows. He is also a retro renegade. You can just basically type in Crispy Bomb on Twitter, and you'll find that same kind of like bomb with the gears, kind of like icon. That is him right there. You can go and let him know what you feel about things within gaming and all that good stuff. So let's go to my West Coast brother, which has made his triumphant return to the show after saving the world and giving Putin the vaccine. He is back here with us talking games. So, Dark, why? You know the deal, man. You let people know about your social media. Anything you want to say, now would be the time, bro.
I can't confirm these allegations, okay, bot? Just saying.
He's the one, people.
Yeah.
He is the one.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Darkonimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation with the same name. And yeah, man, it's good to be back. It was a long kind of vacation, I guess. Like it wasn't really vacation because I was working, but then at the same time it was a vacation because of the places I was going to. So
Because you didn't have to
but it
hear
was
my
fun.
voice once a week, every week, man. I hear you, bro.
Honestly, I missed you guys. I was like, oh man, I wish I could be back on the show. But yeah, things.
See, now I
life
know why
happens,
Crispy
things
left
happen,
early.
So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you didn't want
Fuck
to hear
that
that.
guy, man. I don't like that guy. Anyways, fuck him.
Love it, and I am really happy to have you back, bro. It is always
For sure,
awesome,
bro.
always awesome. Let's go with K Mega next. K Mega, yeah, I'm keeping the hype man for tonight. I think I might save him for last, but
say him last.
yeah, but dude, yeah, we moved over to Thursday. I think we had an awesome showing. Yo, shout out to the chat, everybody that hung out with us tonight. You can definitely feel a different vibe on Thursdays, and I hope it continues. But you know the deal, man. You got a huge show coming up tomorrow. You got a YouTube channel that you got to let people know about. For people who are living under a rock and don't know about the K Mega YouTube channel, let them know about that. And of course, where they can go to talk games with you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, come and check me out on my channel, K Mega 405. I also do this little thing called streaming, and so I've been doing that a lot now since I've been off.
He's addicted, people. He is addicted.
I am addicted to streaming, man. It's so much so is that I've been catching myself streaming like damn near all night. You know what I'm saying? But it's fun because people get to see me play games, they get to interact, and it's been really fun. It started off on Mixer, and then now we on Twitch. So come and check us out there. We do and then we have Sunday night fight nights every Sunday at 9 o'clock the Lord's time Central, the Central time, the true Lord's time.
Oh my!
And yeah, man, and we just get in and we're gonna try to do a couple of new games, if we can get if that's possible. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's really competitive. A lot of trash talking, man. It's good. It's good old school. If it was sitting in a couch co-op fun, man. That's just what it is. So, definitely, if you like that type of stuff and enjoy it. And then of course tomorrow night is the GRG podcast, man. We try to be entertaining and well, I don't think we try. I think we are. It's just the fact that everybody, just try to. We're. It's not so much about being lighthearted. We just like to have fun. It's a late night show, and so
tracing. And
then we just have a good time doing it, man. So yeah, check out the GRG podcast every Friday night, 8:30 Central. And man, yeah, man, just everything else that's going to be coming down the board now since I have this time off. I'm planning on doing a lot more things, man, making some more moves. Just going to have to take a little bit more time, to figure out a couple of things.
Building up that channel, building up the
building the brand, building everything else up, and then just moving forward. So yeah,
Mega, does that show run at 120 frames per second?
Oh man, it's going 240. What are you talking about? You said, but yeah, no, and that
VR.
Yeah,
VR.
Well, we haven't decided on VR yet. I don't know, since I don't know, but yeah, GRG, man, it's fun show. If you haven't checked it out, man, come check us out, man. It's not like what some people may think it might be because of the
I gotta get used to being on the day before GRG now, man. It's
right. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Weird right now, man.
But like I said, I would like this better because it's just back to back, and then you got some space, and then I can do whatever I need to do for Sunday, and then if I'm streaming on Saturday, which I'm streaming on Saturdays, things like that, in late night. It's just all fun, man. So hey, it is what it is. But thank you guys for coming to check us out, man, for the first show on Thursday, and look like big things are coming, man. So big shout out to Bot and everything that we're doing.
Nice, yeah, definitely. And I just want to let everybody know, K Mega be stripping in the evenings, man. I'm just throwing it out there.
Whoa! I'll be on my Rick Ross.
Webcam.
That's what he does on stream. Okay.
Yo, on that note, I gotta bring it to my brother.
You one of them streaming girls, huh?
Oh, no,
man.
Yo, be on the lookout for K Mega bathwater.
Pull him out.
Oh man,
Get that dragon spice.
Let me see the man boobs.
I ain't ready to show the man man titties yet, man. We ain't on that level
Fill
yet.
them out. Don't be scared.
Fans, I might do a fans
Fill 'em
only
out.
for the
He
ladies.
said
Let's
fans
go.
only. Oh no,
I might
I'm
do a
done.
fans only.
I'm done. I'm done. Yo, well, this man that I'm about
Big
to
hairy
talk
nipple.
about right now, he already beat you to it. He already has his fans only. Of course,
Yeah.
that would be Predator, the
Oh,
hype
man.
man
Can make your
MVP
OnlyFans.
for tonight's
Okay,
show.
big OnlyFans. Now, I bet you I get a bunch. It'll be all PlayStation haters.
Yeah.
Fat motherfucker.
They be looking to get screenshots real quick, like click, click, click.
But I made about 10 grand, so that's cool. Who's winning?
Oh damn! Yo, Pred, I think you've done this long enough, man. You're a professional. Let the people know what they need to know from you, bro.
Predator underscore H2S pretty much everywhere. I don't have a Switch anymore. I don't have a PlayStation right now at the time, but you can definitely find me on Xbox and Steam because I have a god rig right now. Despite what, who was that? Was that for you flamers talking shit about my PC build?
Yeah.
We'll talk offline later.
No, just joking, man. It's still a good rig.
We'll
Just
talk.
not
He
right.
said it's okay. It's all right.
You know what I've realized as I've become more of a PC person, like
We could not tell.
Everybody has their own like this is something. If you ever build a PC, someone will always have something to say about your build. It doesn't matter what the fuck you put in there. You can put the most top of the line specs in that motherfucker, and someone will say, "Well, you should have went with this."
Right, and they don't even have a PC, or they over
Yeah,
doing this shit with a 720.
I would have spent money on like you ain't got my money. Shut the fuck up.
It's the shit that they got from the pawn shop from a Dell business center.
Well, you could have gotten that same. You could have gotten that same performance out of a
Yes,
1080.
You'll definitely get that,
yeah,
bro.
like, and I've noticed that when I put my specs out there, what I was getting, the first thing I got was like 5 fucking messages. You should have did this. Get this motherboard instead of that.
And they were all from Delirium Blades, by the way.
Delirium Blades was one of them. You're right. Blades was one of them.
Blades, boy.
Shout out to our brother
I had
Blades.
like 5 people that hit me up. I'm like, dude, I'm not you. I don't game like you. I'm not trying to fucking drive fucking Forza cars with a goddamn paddle and a fucking steering wheel. Like, that's not me. I have a couple of games I play on PC, and I'm not a hardcore gamer. But the way I look at it is, if you're gonna build a PC from the start off with the best shit you can get. Go hard or go home, and then like adjust from there. Like my PC build that I got in 2016 was what I was playing. It was a 980 Ti with the i6. I'm sorry, i7 6700K. I needed to upgrade, and I did. So like, I mean, but what I bought and what I spent money on is going to hold me over for at least 4 years. You know, like I don't have to upgrade in the next, the next iteration stuff. So like, PC gaming isn't bad. You can still use a controller. You can still play games. And the reason why I went with a PC build versus the next generation consoles, thank God that I did this decision, was because I wasn't really sold on the lineup that they had coming out for their first party lineup. Most of the stuff I'm going to play is going to be multi-class, and I can play that on PC, and it's going to look better. High res, something that we argued about the whole fucking time. So like, if you're going to play something, you're going to buy money and you'll spend money on something, and you have the option to get it on PC at a high res, higher frame rates, better, everything. Get it on PC.
Predator needs to start playing that music for himself right now.
Yeah, PC master rates. Yeah,
don't complain. I mean, I'm still going to get my consoles at some point, but you know me, I'm like I've said before, and I've made the stance before in the past, I'm going to get a console. I'm going to get the consoles at some point in time, but I want to wait until they get a custom console. Shut your mouth or I'll put my dick in it.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Having said that,
he's so wild.
H2OS. I'll see you motherfuckers on Thursday. Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
You sound like crap now.
Yo,
Shit.
Fuzzy Belvedere, what is up, brother? Talk about a blast from the past. It is good to see you in the chat. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you guys.
We're gone by.
yeah, I know. But no, it's good to see Fuzzy. I haven't seen him in the chat in like forever, and I know he does other shows and stuff like that. I will be a guest on the shop this Saturday. Me and PTK Blam were talking, and I was like, dude,
Blam, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I might end up on that show too. You never know. It's a
Oh
Saturday.
my goodness.
I don't have a Saturday full anymore. I might have to just like Come
Be
pull
like,
my dick
yo,
out.
be like, yo, Blam.
No.
If you're down, I'm free. Like, yo, shout out to PTK Blam. It's gonna be a lot of fun going over to the shop and hanging out with those guys, man. It's been a long time. You know, our shows kind of ran into each other, but it is good that I'll be able to go over there and hang out with those guys. It's gonna be a fun time, man. I cannot wait. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us tonight on a Thursday. This is the new time, people, and I am really, really excited about it. Not only that, on this channel, me and Jamie Moran are working on a show. It won't be this Sunday, but next Sunday we are coming with the Series X podcast. It is an Xbox show for Xbox gamers. No talk in the chat or on the show about any other platform. It is strictly for Xbox, and I'm excited
But I don't
about
know
that.
what console I'm gonna get next gen.
But you know, shut your mouth, sir. Shut your mouth, sir.
I know.
Yo,
I know.
on that note,
Listen,
guys,
That's exactly what he said. Then.
guys, we will see you next week, this time,
King
this
Neutral.
day, for the next podcast. Yo, have a great night. We will see you again soon. Later, everybody.
Peace, guys. Oh my
Yo.
goodness.